European socialism. Not socialism.
Every word of that
Fascism.
was just clear to me.
So-
every single syllable was just like, ugh.
I'm with North, and that's it. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm from the Midwest, sir.
There's a town in West Virginia called Big Ugly.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I love these facts so much.
Dude, there were legit 5 jokes running through my
Imagine
mind.
right now.
Where you come from? Big Ugly.
Yeah, that checks out. That ain't surprising at all.
Big, ugly West
Just look at your
Virginia.
ID. Are you the mayor?
Because, like, even, like, out of context, it's just like big, ugly West Virginia. It's like, hey, our state isn't that bad. It's like, no, I'm just saying a city. It's a place that exists.
Big Ugly, comma, West Virginia. Oh, I would hate it.
Oh, legitimately.
Imagine you're a basketball star hailing from Big Ugly, West Virginia.
It's
Nintendo
debatable.
absolutely knows about the internet Triton because, like, a couple months after the Bowsette thing happened, they changed the crown description. It was just like, only Toadette can wear this crown. So it's just like, kill that noise. Martin Luther King Jr. earned a C in his public speaking class during his 2 semesters in seminary school.
Who is that teacher?
Who's the dude?
Okay, is it a white teacher? And is that the reason why? Who was the dude that... Because you know you gotta wake up one day,
They just go,
20 years later,
That must change everything.
and I gave him a motherfucking C.
He wrote the I Have a Dream speech in school. He's just like, why are you writing about dreams? Dreams are for children.
You'll never make it, Martin. This is trash.
Or does the dude wake up like, yeah, my C incentivized him to get better?
Y'all know I was his teacher.
Yeah.
And I told him that I was pushing him to do better.
Apply yourself.
Oh my goodness.
You can go one or 2 ways with that way. Either A, I'm a fraud, or B, I'm inspiring people so hard that I inspired the civil rights movement. Just through my teaching.
It's just some like physicist teacher in like the 30s is like, oh man, look, I'm looking through all these old papers that I got, physics papers. Look at this D- I gave to this kid named Albert Einstein.
Oh, no, surely that can't be the same one.
Dude, imagine Stephen King in a creative writing class. It's like, C-, sir. Your adjectives, I don't know what you're doing. A dog with rabies, what's up?
In Tupac in math class, the teacher just comes up, Tupac, what I tell you about writing raps in class?
You're not gonna make it with this. You need these numbers. Get some bucks in you. And then 4 years later, you gotta dance around to slip up. You want to call banging it.
You know I taught Sue Tupac.
Oh, dude, I would never sleep.
I'd be shaking.
The PS5 in a year has outsold the Wii U's lifetime sales.
Y'all leave the Wii U alone. Try his best.
Hey, consumers did.
Accurate?
That's not.
Yes, it is.
Early
Yes, it is.
adopter.
Exactly what we're going for.
Oh, dude, I will never forget that woman with all them Wii U's in the back of her car, thinking she was gonna flip them boys.
Oh, someone tried to do that near you guys?
No, it's a viral picture.
Oh, okay. I don't remember
You
that.
never seen it?
No.
Oh, dude, I'll look it up.
I think I've seen this.
It's unfortunate. Let's see what else we got. Well, actually.
Yep, all I had to look up was Wii U woman.
Wii U woman. Oh, this is gonna be
Get
good.
some. Get some, y'all.
Wii U.
No, I already got it on for you.
Okay.
Where's it going?
He posted it in chat.
Okay.
Oh no.
Scalper beautifully boned.
Oh, those are like even. Ooh. There's probably like 2 per box in the boxes behind her too. Yikes.
Boys in a back seat and everything.
Yeah, you can see him on the console, dude. This is at least 10.
She's like, this is my retirement.
Yeah, she thought she was gonna flip these for double because remember the Wii was having supply issues, so this is the next console of the Wii. So why wouldn't I do it?
She didn't find it odd that she can buy in 15 of them?
Day one in the store.
Yeah, I was because of like what the day I went through trying to get a Wii when it first came out, where I lucked the fuck out. By someone's generosity, which where's that in this world? Where I was just so concerned about getting a Wii U day one, where I just walked into GameStop. I'm like, you guys go Wii U's? Yeah. Oh. Okay. And
No waste there, bruh.
yep.
Remember at my GameStop, they had a tower of them built just for people to grab and go.
Yeah,
You
why?
ain't even gotta pay, Pimpin'. Just go ahead and take it.
Because they thought it was gonna be another Wii situation where they were just gonna fly off the shelf. They probably overstocked and everything.
Oh yeah, GameStop for real had that problem.
Please take these. We need to put we have another display that we need to put here.
$100 off, please, anybody.
Can I get this keychain? Absolutely. And here's
Scott.
your complimentary Wii U.
I'm good.
Wii U featuring the upcoming great title, Zombie U. Remember that one? That was one of their big
They
hype
ported it.
titles.
They ported
Yeah, they
it to like
ported it.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation 4. It was on PlayStation Plus.
I played it at a con. That was a fun game.
It was decent. I got it because it was a
I
launch game.
will just never forget that trailer. Everybody's just like, end? What? Nobody
Oh, I
cares.
remember Mike hyping that bullshit up. Oh, I remember. It's so innovative where you're just like a zombie's coming and you gotta look down and go shit, 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 and try to get your thing as opposed to pause, find item. Oh, I remember you hyping that bullshit
Yeah.
up. Oh,
Oh wow, yeah. I'm having flashbacks to that now too.
oh man.
It's a lot better in the Zelda games that came out for Wii U. Having the menu management there.
I minored in history with a focus on the development of Western European socialism. Not socialism,
Every word of that
fascism.
was just lit to me. I
So-
mean, every word, every single syllable was just like,
I
ugh.
went north and that's it. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm from the Midwest, sir.
There's a town in West Virginia called Big Ugly.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
I love these facts so much.
Dude, there were legit 5 jokes running through my mind.
Imagine right now where you come from. Big Ugly. Yeah, that checks out. That ain't surprising at all.
Big, ugly West
Just look at
Virginia.
your ID. Are you the mayor?
Because like even like out of context, it's just like big, ugly West Virginia. It's like, hey, our state isn't that bad. It's like, no, I'm just saying a city. It's a place that exists.
Big ugly, comma, West Virginia. Oh, I would hate it.
Oh, legitimately.
Imagine you're a basketball star hailing from big ugly West Virginia.
It's
Nintendo
debatable.
absolutely knows about the internet Triton because like a couple months after the Bowsette thing happened, they changed the crown's description. It was just like only Toadette can wear this crown. So it's just like kill that noise. Martin Luther King Jr. earned a C in his public speaking class during his 2 semesters in seminary.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 286. What is up, Triton?
We're here.
Hope, Alfonso, Hiwakas, Jet. welcome back. I am
You feeling
finally
any
kind of
better?
sort of better.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
I knew you were going to
That's the
ask, so
word.
just beat you to the punch. Yeah, it's just been drainage, and it's just... I don't want to... I went through too many fucking tissue boxes, man. It's just been...
It's a problem that you're still sick after a week.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike,
DA,
I'm with
We
you,
know
bruh.
this.
You don't remember that time, like, a year ago where I was sick for 4 or 5 weeks, essentially?
Yeah, that doesn't make it better. That's also a problem.
Yeah, oh, it was a big problem.
I just have those, like, you know, biannually.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh, dude. I would never want to be you in that aspect.
No, you didn't have to.
Look,
you
I'll
didn't,
take the bank account. I'll take the bank account. I'll take everything else. Just not your
Let's
immune
take the
system.
a job in the field.
I was gonna say you could have stopped the sentence at I would never want to be you.
I could have, but there are parts.
All right, so
God, that illness does not want to go away.
it is that time of the year, best and worst of 2022 or whatever year the previous year was. Have some news tidbits as well. We're gonna blitz through those though, just so we can get to the good stuff. However, of course, your weekly reminder. Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, get your vaccines and boosters, wear your mask in crowded indoor places. Please, there are people like me that get sick real fucking easy. Support Ukraine, support LGBTQ rights, support body autonomy, pay your employees what they are worth, and be good to one another.
So
Yeah,
real
there
quick,
was
on
Asian-
the segment of pay people what they're worth. I want to bring up a little bit of a detail that I've come to find while living in this new town.
Mm.
Now, you think of the Midwest, right? You don't really think of like sensibility. You think of Republicans and backwards thinking.
Oh,
And
I don't
really-
for the
really-
Midwest.
I mean,
I think the
Michigan's
Midwest-
super
I think the
liberal, but-
Midwest is the most diverse of all the.
Well, as someone from the East Coast, you think Midwest, you think backwards bullshit, right?
of course, because there's a large demographic of Republicans here, and
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just came from a horrible area.
I did. I really did. So here's a fun little detail of things I've been learning as I've been out and exploring the town the past few weeks. There is a proprietor of businesses that, like, we're talking about a dude who, like, built a program, a computer program in a bar. Started a very successful programming company that works alongside Apple, sold that company, and now owns a whole bunch of land and businesses out here. And so as a result, as a staple, food service workers are paid a competitive wage, so tipping isn't a thing.
Huh.
I've been to so many locations here where they advertise, you don't need to tip, but feel free to if you would like. Our servers are paid real wages, minimum of 16 plus.
That's cool.
So that's just been a really neat detail of things I've seen. 'Cause this is an actual career for them now. Like, they can eat, they can
Mhm.
pay bills.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. The pay.
Yeah,
bill.
it's wild. So I just like pay people what they're worth. It's the fact that it's a sentence we have to say every week on the podcast, but there are people out there utilizing that mentality without having to be told to do it. I found it just be
There's
I don't know,
nothing
comforting.
I hate more than somebody's order being messed up and them going, "Hey, y'all want 15 an hour?" I'm sorry, your
Yeah.
burger is a little cold. I'd like to eat when I go home. I like to
Yeah.
have heat when I go home.
Mm-hmm.
People
Yeah.
are just shitty by nature, but it's just nice to see it being like an actual thing put forward, especially in an area like this. Like where I'm at is a blue dot and a red sea, right? Like that's where I'm at.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's
But still, even in the dots, you don't see too much of like I don't know. You
A
see
lynching?
examples. Yeah, I don't see a lynching, but you don't see like progressiveness in the sense of like it being enacted. You see it being fought for or discussed, right? Seeing it put into action has been genuinely comforting.
and
like,
it
I went
being
out
a
tonight.
successful thing.
Yeah, I went out today for breakfast, right? And it's right then and there again, another sign saying, tip if you'd like, our employees are paid a structured wage. I'm like, oh shit, still left a tip. I was like, no, fuck it. No, you're getting it. Here you go. But it was just a matter of like, oh damn, that's fucking cool. I'm seeing it more and more, which is I just thought, again, in our bleak time period of American existence, there are examples of things being done sensibly. And I thought that we could all sometimes use a bit of an update to that.
Yeah.
It's not always garbage, guys.
It's nice to hear good news amongst the sea of bad news.
A literal sea. It's a goddamn ocean. Like,
And Alfonso, I
Christ.
can't say support everything because that'd be like being like, hey, support everything, like Nazism or lynching or the KKK. I can't say everything.
well, yeah, welcome to the podcast and stuff. Make sure you sign your KKK employment ship.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
DABG. When are you going to donate to your local KKK? Come on. Like, you got to be equal rights.
We had a whole Nazi parade like 3 years ago downtown.
I'm
What-
asking, when
what
are
more
you
do you want?
donating to the KKK?
What
you
more
have
do
to
you
be
want
equal
if
action.
we've already allowed Nazis to stroll through the streets?
you gotta pay them.
What?
You gotta pay them.
Oh, you didn't know about this, DA?
No, I'm talking about.
Oh,
There's Klan stuff in Detroit. I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
I would hope
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't.
Oh yeah, they're there.
'Cause the second you learn, I'm not gonna see you anymore.
March 2021. No
Mhm.
charges filed after Detroit man hangs Ku Klux Klan flag next to neighbor's black house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black
1,000%.
neighbor's house,
That seems like it should be grounds for harassment.
yes, definitely.
It's a
That's
hate
crazy.
crime specifically, but you know, hey,
Alright.
our Supreme Court is not so supreme these days.
All right.
Oh, they're grand though.
Yeah. So, blitzing through the little tidbits of news that we had the past week. One, I have not watched it, but Velma came out.
It's really
Oh,
bad.
dude,
Watch it.
it's
Hey,
getting
It's-
roasted.
It's horrible. It's a horrible.
it's ridiculous. It's parody levels of what are y'all doing?
So I keep seeing.
I'm sorry. I just saw that in chat. Apparently, Grand Wizard is a flagged term in Twitch.
So,
Oh my fucking god! Hold on.
oh, that Harry Potter game is not going to be good.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
That's really funny. Like it
Grand Wizard is-
makes sense, but it also I feel like that could be something in fantasy lore, like just as a term.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Name it something else. You lost the privilege.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, Velma it's so full of meta jokes and oh, I am a woman in a man's world type of stuff. It's so disgusting.
So it's like it's trying to be Harley Quinn without like the actual like this fits the character.
Substance.
Yeah. And it's not even that it doesn't fit the character. It's just literally the third sentence. So the first 3 sentences of the series are this is my origin story. My name is Velma Dakin Lee. This is my origin story. Normally an origin story is about a tall, handsome man who somehow trips into even more power. Those are the first 3 lines.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I don't just make the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many you know, usually when someone on TV shows, when someone meets behind an alley, it's
Mm.
legitimately Family Guy abridged series.
A lot of
stuff.
fourth wall
saying
breaking.
things.
Dude, it's irritating.
Mm.
At one point, Velma and Fred are talking, and Fred just goes, "Now I understand your backstory, your motive, and your something like that." Where he motivation, and it's just like, this isn't funny.
Gotcha. Well, that'll definitely never be watched from me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but you're good.
I did. That is your modus operandum.
Oh,
Thing bad, must
100%.
watch.
Oh, it fills me with such joy.
Something else that I haven't played, but I've been seeing a lot of good but easy. One Piece Odyssey came out.
Oh, they should have just kept playing the game. Because that difficulty goes up.
It does?
It
Okay.
goes up, but it also.
hear.
Where are you?
I am near the end of chapter 2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the end of the game. Yeah, it's sort of like a roller coaster.
Okay.
Because if you figure it out, you figured it out, and
I mean, but that's RPGs.
Yeah.
Nah, this is a water creature. Let me use my lightning attack. But yeah, when you first start it, when you're on the island, you're literally one-shotting everything. It's not even close to a challenge. Even when you first get into Alabasta, it's kind of, okay, they've ramped it up a bit, but I can still, no, I've lost characters. I almost had a game over. They ramped that up.
Okay. Good to know. I will definitely be picking
it's
it up
fun.
here in the next few
it's
weeks.
a whole lot of fun. I would rather be playing that right now. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. It's some character issues that I'm having a problem with though.
Interesting. Like misrepresentation or
No. It's just some people just seem to have it's the haves and the have-nots. Because I've just finished Alabasta and I'm going into the next one, and Robin has currently 4 moves. And Zoro has 12.
Yep.
And it's like
mechanic.
But I feel like Robin's moves are so good.
I understand that. And that was the problem that I had with Sanji. Sanji had no AoE moves.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, if he has no AoE moves, he should be busted if he's hitting a single person.
You should be fighting every boss with Sanji.
But he's not. He's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gets some stuff later, but in that first one, I'm just like, I'm not using Sanji because it's just completely not. There's no point to. There are better characters, and that's my whole thing right now because Robin is just like, I loves me some Robin, but she's got 4 moves, and Zoro's drowning.
Because she has that AoE attack and it knocks people unconscious. I love that.
Oh no, it's great. That's a great.
And 90% of the people she fights are a weakness because of the grab.
Mm-hmm.
Nami, Robin, Zoro, and Luffy are who I've been using, and I've been swapping out Usopp every now and then.
Yeah, Usopp is my main because he's got a move that he can just work from wherever he is. He can hit AoE.
Yeah,
and that's just like great, fantastic.
Exploding star.
You hitting everybody all the time. It's great. I love it. It's a great game. I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay. All right.
There's some One Piece comedy in there.
There most certainly
Lovely.
is. And at a certain point, you fight Tashigi, and I was just like, I'm putting Sanji in. He better not be able to kick her, and he is not.
No matter what
nice.
attack you try to use, he just goes, I can't.
Good. Because I don't want to play a One Piece game where Sanji can kick somebody because you don't understand One Piece.
Oh, man. That sounds like this game's sexist.
Big sexist, Gala.
Talk about sexism. I don't.
Gala.
Hashtag Gala sweep. All right. Next up. Hey, you guys like Sierra Mist? Anyone here?
Whoops. What the?
Never mind.
lost the
It's
real
fucking
one.
gone.
Went
What?
up the Family Dollar. I'm like, what the is this? And looked it up. I'm like, oh, Sierra's Mist just gone?
It looked like an off-brand, like a store brand
Legitimately.
packaging.
Is this the
I
first
would
new
never.
like soda from like one of the mainline, like not like variant sodas, but like brand new soda in like how
High
long?
key. Is it even a new soda,
It's
or is it
just
just
a
repackaged
rebranding.
Sierra Mist? Because I haven't tried it yet.
What's it
According
called? Like squeeze, lemon squeeze.
It's like
according-
Squirters.
according to their little tagline, so this new soda is called Starry.
Yes.
That's
I've
a
seen that.
horrible name.
It's apparently a new caffeine-free soda called Starry with higher citrus flavors that are true to fruit and more aromatic than Sierra Mist. So
Oh.
more citrusy than Sierra Mist.
They could have just changed the formula of Sierra Mist.
They could have. They really could have.
But there's if they already see that there's a perceived negativity towards Sierra Mist.
Triton, no.
New Coke it. You
Yeah,
can't new
no,
Coke
not
it.
new Coke. You don't have to do that. You just have to do the advertisement of it's a new formula. Try it. Just like when Domino's came out with their
Sure.
new pizzas, they were like,
Sure.
"Yo, we understood. Ours used to be trash,
But yes,
try it now."
That's the problem because you're gonna come on TV and just like, look, we've been selling you guys an inferior product for 20 years.
That's what
But
Domino's
it's
did,
good now. I completely understand. Domino's had balls.
and that's what Pepsi should have had. They should have had the balls to go. Look,
Nope.
Sierra Mist was not Sprite. We're trying to make it a little more like Sprite, but not quite Sprite. Why don't y'all have it hit?
Nah.
Okay.
They are weasels and they're just going, nah, this is a whole new thing. That trash stuff is gone. This the gush now, all right? Buy the gush. And I did not buy it. And I don't see myself ever buying
I
it.
will buy it to try it, and then
It's good.
But
It's good. No, it's good. I can tell you this right now. It's good.
but Sierra Mist was good. I had
No,
no
it
problem
wasn't.
with Sierra Mist.
I did not like Sierra Mist, but the
I
new
can-
stuff is actually refreshing.
I could rock with
Refreshing. What are
No
you
soda,
talking
no soda is refreshing.
That bastard's on the payroll.
Oh yeah, he done got the corporate office, and all of a sudden it's about brand sensitivity and awareness.
Muff Starry came up into the office, slid him a note, and just like, yeah, you read this.
We gonna hear that.
verbatim.
We gonna hear
You
that
say
can.
it's refreshing.
We gonna hear that can pop open like, and just hear the bubbles. He gonna put it up
It's
to
a
the
bottle.
mic. Listen to that crackling.
It actually is very effervescent. It is.
Effervescence! Nobody's trying to hear that with their sugary soda. I don't care how effervescent my cola is.
You know, oh boy, it had to be somebody.
Ralph, can you tell me how the top note tastes of this soda?
No,
I haven't
Actually,
gotten
it's-
them notes yet. They haven't sent me that
Actually-
email.
Actually, the front
Oh, I
note
got
is
some
like
notes right
very
here.
light.
Oh, I mean,
Oh my
yeah, they sent me some notes.
Let me just control F real quick.
Actually, the front end of it is actually very light, and then you get to the
Oh my
lemon lime on the back
Lemon.
end.
Oh my
Is that
god.
a-
Yeah.
Would you, are they,
Filled it with 2 E's. Oh no.
No, it's good. I like it. I honestly, I will drink that over Sprite now.
Interesting. Okay. But Triton, we say Triton because, like, have you ever been in a pop aisle in your life? Did you guys see what he said?
Theaters of-
Oh yeah, no. I chose to ignore it.
Gotcha. Okay.
At some point, you just gotta choose to ignore
Yep.
and have him get his Google fool.
All right.
I don't think he can Google foo.
Just stop asking what's. If you have to go, what's that? Just Google it. Just Google it. Don't even ask the question in chat. Okay.
Because you're just gonna open yourself up.
Yep.
I think that's kind of what he's doing on purpose.
Oh no, it
He's
is
not.
not.
He is not. Johnny Young Bosch is returning to voice Vash Stampede in the new Trigun Stampede anime, 3D anime, whatever you want to call it. Good for him.
There was no
Has
other.
anybody watched
There
it?
wasn't. Not yet.
I had
I'm waiting
a
for the dub.
inkling to want to watch it, and then a bunch of people posted clips like, "Yo, look at the animation," and I instantly went, "I have seen nothing about his character. I have seen nothing about the story. I have only
that's-
seen clips of the fight animation fight."
That's the
And
fun
all of
part
a
is
sudden,
that
I
Pretty?
stopped giving
Pretty?
pretty.
I've
Ah.
not heard anybody say anything good about the story or character rendition for this time. I have not heard anyone talk about it in a positive sense, at least. I've
Because
heard,
that's not what they're there for.
yeah, I've heard that the imagery people have a problem with, that they don't like the way Vash looks and acts, but nobody's talking about story or character, which is a little
Because that's
concerning that he
Nah,
might
that's
he
the
might not
audience
even
now.
have one.
Nope, that's
He
the
might-
audience
he-
now.
Yeah, he might not even have a character. He might just be Vash the
Dude.
goofy gunman.
It's the
That's
casual
that's
audience these days. This is the
Mhm.
discourse of anime. What's the last anime you've seen, wide range, successful, talked about a lot on Twitter, and they mentioned the characters and the story? Spy Family, and then before that,
Comey.
I can't even say Comey
yeah,
was a hit like that.
it wasn't like super widely popular. Not to the extent of Spy X Family. Like,
Spy Family was the one where
My
people were
Hero?
like, oh, the character. We're talking mid 2010s.
sure.
Like Demon Slayer has truly ruined the perception of what we should be looking for in our anime.
Maybe Black Clover, like, and the only reason I say that is Asta screams a lot. That's something about a character.
That's a character trait.
Sure, but it's not
It's
animation.
like saying, "Oh my God, he has a hat." Like, okay.
It's not animation. Ding.
Oh, dude, animation thing is the worst.
All right, moving on though. Justin Roiland is charged with
Tug
domestic
collar.
battery. Yeah, tug collar for sure. I'm real glad that I forget the game's name. I'm glad that came out
High on
like
Life.
2 weeks ago.
High on life.
It got its initial sales in right before, so good on it.
It needed it too, because this would have dominated the discourse of the game.
Yes, it would have, for sure. Stephanie McMahon is retiring, like, completely from wrestling, it seems.
Resigned immediately. But all indications is her and Vince do not work well together. And
Yep.
once he came back and she saw that takeover coming, she wiped her hands of the business and stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
And then she instantly stuck her foot and had to go in for surgery.
What?
Yeah. She posted it. The very next thing she posted was her from a hospital bed.
Vince had to be laughing like, see what happens when you walk away. The last step you ever gonna take.
Jesus. Ant-Man 3 trailer came out. Nothing offensive. Looks aight.
Yeah, looks like.
Yep. Skull and Bones is delayed again.
Again.
Are we surprised? Anybody? No? Okay, good.
2023, 2024, and that is just kind of the beginning of Ubisoft woes going on right now. The CEO basically has sent a global message to all of the company being like, hey, you guys fix this.
Essentially, work hard, under budget, and on time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's not looking great for Ubisoft. And then
They're
last
bringing back Scale.
little bit
Sorry,
of
I
news.
just-
Go ahead.
Was reading they're bringing back Scalebound. Has anybody else heard of that yet?
No,
Really?
I'd wait for more news on that.
Yeah.
Cliffy B is talking about it on Twitter.
I definitely wouldn't. Then
They're apparently they're bringing it back. I guess we'll see about that, because that game died at like the trailer release, didn't it?
It never got a real trailer release. There was like pre-alpha, and people were like, "Ooh, no."
Jed, if you're referring to 1.1 of the, I forget the anagram, but basically Wizards of the Coast's agreement on people making content with Dungeons and Dragons stuff, yes, I have seen that. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about that.
Oh yeah, I have.
Oh, OGL. Oh, it's all
Yeah,
bad.
OGL.
It's
They,
hilarious.
they canceled their upcoming event or something, and they're possibly walking back on it already.
Interesting. Okay, that'd be good to hear.
Oh yeah.
So I guess, like, I don't know if I didn't watch the last episode of Critical Role, but I guess they had like some partnership with Wizards of the Coast or something, or some ad,
Mhm.
and a bunch, and
Yeah.
just like, that's a contractually obligated thing for a sponsor. They have to say what's on the print, on the copy, and then like immediately after they put out a Twitter post being like, "Yo, we want everybody to be able to tell the stories in whatever mediums that they want." And basically, it was just like, we had to say the thing. We don't agree. We just had to say the thing. Last but not least, yesterday, this morning actually, like at 3 a.m., AGDQ ended, and they managed to raise $2.6 million for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. A lot of really good runs, a couple of world records broken for speed running, which is cool. No KH this year, or I should say this marathon, which was annoying. I love Kingdom Hearts speed runs. But yeah, all their VODs are on the GDQ channel. If you want to go check those out, see some people play games very fast and very good, I'd super recommend it.
Also, Megan is a very good movie. Go watch Megan.
Megan? Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I wish they wouldn't have had to dial it back for the PG-13 and just left it R. I'm hoping for an unrated cut that shows all the gore because there are
I think
clear
they
indications.
are doing one.
Yeah, they should because there's clear indications of where there should be some gore.
There was Castlevania speedruns. I don't know Symphony of the Night specifically, but there were a couple of Castlevania speedruns. All right. Now, the best and worst of 2022. Where do we want to start, gentlemen?
Start at one that I'm sure people don't have a lot for like music or something.
Either music or TV, I would
Wow.
say.
Oh no, I have a lot for
So
TV.
much for music.
He has a lot for music. I have a lot for TV. I have a lot for games. I have a lot for movies.
I don't have a lot for games, TV, or internet stuff.
Okay, TV is probably the move then.
I would
feel
go
like-
internet stuff because I didn't really like separate internet
Yeah.
stuff out. So go ahead, yeah.
Just roll it all into your TV then. That means nothing.
All right. All right, TV shows then. Mine's tiny. I'll start for TV shows.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because TVs and movies are really tiny for me because I don't watch a lot of TV and movies. So I have best, worst, and then miss but want to see for I think mostly for TV and then some for movies too, but we're doing TV right now. So these two worst I did not watch, but I heard via reputation, and I do want to watch one of these just to see. Just to see. The one that I don't want to watch is Resident Evil, the Netflix show.
Oof.
Heard a lot of bad. And then Halo. I want to watch this.
Halo.
I want to watch it because
Then
just
do it, you coward.
the pure amount of discourse that happened on our Discord.
Oh, dude, they went crazy.
Ooh, they were not happy about that one.
No, it was it's just like every week, Det and Versus just.
Did you see when large blacked out text?
Yep, and that's how you know that it's spicy, because there's stuff to talk about, and it's bad.
Really bad.
And it's consistently bad. That's how you know it's
Every
worth your time.
episode.
Velma's not worth your time. Halo is worth your time because you will have something to talk about.
Yeah,
with it.
because with Velma, what we're talking about is other people talking about Velma. How could you like it? Look at what they said about it, as opposed to Velma itself. Halo, they were non-stop. I knew when Halo came out because I look at the TV and I go, "Oh no, it's out."
Mhm. Yeah, Velma's also this year, so we can't. It can't
Yeah.
even be. It doesn't qualify for 2022.
Nope,
But yeah,
it does
Oh,
not.
it will be on next year.
Oh,
yes.
for sure.
But
If
yeah,
it's
just-
remembered. If it's
Eventually.
remembered.
Eventually, I will watch Halo.
Absolutely.
It's not a fact of being a coward. It's just other things to do, and I just haven't slotted time to do it. I want to though. Best. No, necessarily no order. I also lumped in anime into this just because
Yep, that's right.
didn't watch a whole lot of either TV shows or anime. And then one show technically came out before, but I watched it this year. One.
Which is totally fine.
Yep. Legends of Vox Machina. You know, I donated to the Kickstarter. Obviously, big Critical Role fan, but I was like, you know, going in with expectations. I'm like, okay, do not be a blind fan. Just go in and try and watch this and see if it's good. And I actually really, really, really enjoyed it. Animation quality was really good. They had the character designer from Young Justice, so just like an animation style that I already enjoyed from Young Justice, basically was just ported over into the Critical Role world. Characters were all great. Animation was good. Storyline, I obviously kind of knew the storyline already, having watched the campaign, but all in all, really good. I would actually highly recommend it. Season 2 is coming out in 5 days. Starting to.
Oh, it's so fucking close. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Arcane. I had been putting off watching it for a while. Finally, got to watching it, and it is really good. You do not. I don't play League of Legends. Not a fan of the game series at all. Watch the show.
Fucking told you.
Honestly, like as someone who's not a fan of the games, it's pretty damn good.
Arcane is straight fire.
Couple animes. Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. So this is on one of my romance kicks. It's an anime, romance anime, about these two science nerds that find out that they have feelings for each other, but instead of actually acting on these feelings, being gigantic science nerds, they want to prove scientifically that they are in love with each other. So it's them doing a bunch of like scientific experiments and stuff to actually like validate their own feelings for one another. And it's actually really cute. Really enjoyable. Recommend it. Comey Can't Communicate Season 2. It's Comey.
Oh, yeah, you know what you're getting, and
Yeah.
it's money.
Very good. Then these next couple were like meh, going on the positive side of things. And it's all Disney Plus stuff. Obi-Wan, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel. At the end of the day, I did enjoy most of what I got from there. It has a lot. All those shows have a lot of problems, but overall, on the positive side. Wouldn't necessarily recommend any of them, though. Then missed, but wanted to see. I'm just going to go through these. Wednesday. I've just been seeing nothing but good about the show.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about that.
But
I've also heard that they all have a power. And then I was just like, I don't know about that.
Well, it's a good chunk of that. I mean, it's a lot of like fantasy beasts and stuff. Not fantasy beasts, but like vampire werewolves, like kind of getting into that stuff. And like Addams Family does touch on that a tiny bit in their
but
other
she
mediums.
has the ability to like see the future. And I'm like, we don't really need that. Just let her be a weird girl dealing with weird stuff.
I can see that, but Andor, again, have seen nothing but good about that show. Willow.
I heard that's the turnaround for the Star Wars stuff.
Willow, saw the movie many years ago, and I enjoyed that, and I've seen a lot of good about the TV show as well. She-Hulk, for better or worse. Need to watch it. For worse and worse, probably.
I'm staying away from that. I have no interest in it. That doesn't even seem fun bad.
Lord of the Rings Ring of Power. Just need to more Lord of the Rings stuff. Want to watch it. Tales of the Jedi, which was like the Animatrix anime anthology for Star Wars stuff. Couple of Disney Plus things that I missed. Zootopia Plus, Baymax. I enjoyed Zootopia and I enjoyed Baymax, so I just wanted to give those a shot. Sonic Prime. Been actually seeing quite a lot of good from it. And then for anime, I want to watch Spy X Family, the anime.
It's so good.
I want to see what they're doing for Bleach and the 1,000-Year Blood War. Oh, sorry. The 1,000-Year Blood War. And Chainsaw Man. Need to watch those.
So, have you read Chainsaw Man or no? You have
I've not.
any content at all? Okay. I have not watched the anime, but I've read the manga. What are your expectations for that storyline? What is drawing you into it? I love asking this question.
I mean, I just want, just to kind of get a feel for the big thing that's out right now, for better or worse. That's all.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'll look forward to hearing your updates when you complete it.
All right. That's it for my TV shows. Who's next?
Gavin said Prime sucked.
Ah, all right. See, though,
Jesus Christ,
Gavin
Gavin
is the like most stingiest Sonic fan, though.
True.
The people I know who have watched it either adored it or hated it. Like it's one of those.
Okay.
I've got a small group.
I have 10 things all together to talk about. So
I've got like
All right.
3, so I'll go next. Just let me do
Okay.
it.
Yep.
So, just bouncing off of some of Mike's stuff here, I watched the Disney Plus shows. Obi-Wan, the Marvel shows, all of them pretty mid for the most part. I actually liked Obi-Wan for the most part. I feel like its beginning structure is a little too on the slow side and a little too. We're definitely trying to build from the failures, and it picked up towards the end. Though it was actually pretty enjoyable. Did not watch Andor. Watched episode 1 and there was no draw like at all. I watched episode 1 and I was like, okay, let's get going. I turned off episode 1 and never came back. There wasn't a character thing that drew me in. There wasn't a setting that drew me in. It bored the crap out of me. Maybe I'll go back and revisit it. Probably not. For the most part, I haven't really watched a lot of TV. So it's like it's going to be a quick list for me. Besides the Marvel things, I can just run down because they're rinse repeat. Like I enjoyed the caricature of the main character of Moon Knight. It was fun. It was okay. The MCU right now, as a collective, is very
it's
not.
lost.
Miss and
It's
miss.
not. There's no pull. Like there's no pull. There's no id to really make you feel like, okay, I'm into this. I want to see more. Everything feels so disjointed, but maybe that's the purpose. Maybe we're gonna get into this big multiversal calamity and everything's gonna crash together. Who the fuck knows?
That's a big thing, though.
Like-
Like, if you think about it, like there was so many discussions that we had on this podcast and just like in general, where it's just like, yo, like my favorite character is Iron Man. No, he sucks. Captain America. No, he sucks. Iron Man. Where it's just like everyone had like a character draw, and there was like a big enough presence and big enough characters that could happen.
Yeah.
Who is that now?
Jessica Walters, or what the fuck her name is, the fucking She-Hulk, right?
You were right. I feel like
Okay, cool.
I feel like Ant-Man is gonna be make or break for this.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. If Kang doesn't launch powerfully off of this movie, it's over.
Yeah, it's basically done.
But I like Kang quite a lot in Loki. though.
Loki? Yeah, it was good. He was really good. But again, if that character can't hold water in a real, like, high stakes environment like an MCU film proper, it's over. Like, if the entire movie does not make us feel like, okay, this Kang plotline meant something, like if it does not take these dangling microscopic threads that have been being wound and left by these various shows and find a way to at least bring them together, maybe not tie them well, but at least bring them together, it's over. Because all of these properties, there's so fucking many of them now. If all of them are for pretty much nothing and we're not going to get any real payoff to even enjoy these and they're just disjointed properties, what's the fucking... Like, they're going to have to really work for it for this one.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Other than that, it's not a 2022 show, but I finally watched through Shadow and Bone, the Netflix series. Enjoyed it. It's mid. It's good. Not sure if it's anybody in here's cup of tea, but it's interesting. Maybe DA, maybe.
It's been
Don't know.
on my list for a minute.
Huh?
It's been on my list for a minute. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's worth a watch. I wouldn't call it great. I wouldn't call it terrible. It does have some bad moments, though. It does have some good moments, too.
I mean, bad moments, I slurp those up anyway.
True. Yeah. I mean, there's that. Anime. Demon Slayer. That current season.
It sounds like you're not sure.
I was like, was that from this year? Because I want to preface if it's from this year or not. The Demon
It was
Slayer.
this year.
Okay. Spy X Family, which is phenomenal.
It was good.
Arcane. Fire. Arcane. Please watch Arcane. It is still worth a watch. And Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Another one where if you have not, please do. It's so good. And you're talking about an anime. And here's the best sell I can possibly even attempt to get. This anime was so solid, it revived a dead game from death.
It really did help it because
No, not even help. It revived it from death. That game at that point maybe had like 300 players, and it snapped it back into the 6-figure mark for gameplay almost overnight after the first episode.
See,
Like,
but
it-
that's
wild.
people that might already own it just deciding to give it another shot as opposed to
That and game
new
purchases
buyers.
also skyrocketed.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because resale
Yeah.
shops went from $9 reselling it to $28 reselling
Yep.
it.
No, it jumped itself back up, and the game had been for the most part fixed already by that point. But the update that launched alongside the anime ironed out so much more that the game really is playable. It does suffer from the modern adventure RPG formula of by the time you get to mid game, you're broken. Like I'm at the point where I'm at the middle of the game, and there's no fear for me. Nothing. To quote Marisha Ray, we are gods.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be touched. And I'm using a very like I made a build out of my own head. I'm like, let's go with this. And then I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, I actually used an incredibly standard but busted as fuck build, and I'm not even using the most broken aspect of the game. I'm not utilizing the hacking abilities. It's just me using a fucking pistol and sword.
Mm-hmm.
But crit build is a crit build, right? But yeah, that's it for me. Watch Arcane, watch Spy X Family, watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Yeah, I think.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, of course I got stuff. I said I had stuff.
I didn't know how much you had.
I will say for to comment on what Jet just said. Yeah, we really have to stop about this whole video game adaptation curse. I think it's been long broken.
Yeah,
It doesn't exist anymore.
It's not. I mean, it's storytelling, and The Last of Us premieres in like 18 minutes, and that's getting good reviews. So what are you gonna do?
All right, sorry. Continue, Da.
Yeah, I'm gonna save because I got a couple. Yeah, I got a couple movies in my anime and my manga, so I'm gonna save those for that. Yeah, just TV, internet stuff, and anime. I got WandaVision. Did WandaVision come out this year?
It doesn't
Nope.
matter.
All
But
right,
you
perfect.
No, it did not.
But it doesn't matter.
Nope.
Fantastic.
You
saw
watched
it
it
this year.
That's my whole thing. If I watched, played, listened to it this year, it's new to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not like that.
It's the best
not
of what I
good.
consumed.
It's not good.
I like the
Oh,
beginning of WandaVision.
That, yes. Smaller stakes.
Yes.
But
Loved
then
it.
once it opens up, you're like, no.
Yep.
Go fake families. Going back into the bad, Interstellar Rangers commence. It is props to him for doing it,
Yes.
but that's all I can say about it. You're not gonna get props because you're not gonna get heralded because you're one dude doing this. It's an internet based
No matter-
TV show.
No matter how much you are just one person doing these things, the writing is the issue.
Yes, you put it out, so it is to be criticized. You can't
Sure.
be like, I put it out. It's a labor of love. It's fantastic. I was just one person. Yes, and I'm going to criticize it as I would anything else.
I think it's
And
just
it's not good.
Yeah, I think it's just like if a thing is good and then you find out one person worked on it, that just adds to like how good that thing is. But then the reverse can be true as well.
You want the praise, you got to be there for the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
There's a show that a friend of mine told me about called Murderville that is hilarious. It is essentially it's like a sketch. It's not a sketch. It's like an
I
improv
know
sort
what
of
you're
thing.
talking about.
It's fantastic. Will Arnett plays
Yep.
this like cop, and they have a guest star each episode, and they sort of Will Arnett knows what the crime is, but the other person doesn't, so they gotta try to figure out what the crime is. It's very, very funny. I highly recommend it.
Weird improv type of thing.
Yes, it's fantastic. Harley Quinn. I've only seen 3 or 4 episodes of it, but I like it. It's good. Still on that train of get in there. Fantastic stuff. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty was a good season.
This was a good season.
They said that it was going to be a good season. They said they were going to get back on the rails, but you can never really trust them when they say stuff like that. And then they did it. And you just got to go like, all right, I see
Maybe for the final time.
And going into the internet stuff, I fall into holes every so often. I fell into a hole of watching people just waste the time of scammers. The people who scam old people. It's a big hole. And Kit Boga is my dude. And I'll just sit there and I'll just watch him. And he's very funny. And it's good to see them getting
He
their
plays
time
an
wasted.
old lady fantastically.
It's crazy how the interrupting is because they'll both stop, and then as soon as the other person he'll start talking, and he'll stop when they just the frustration. The frustration is the best part.
And you don't feel bad about it because they're pieces of it's stealing tens to hundreds of thousands from old people.
Like it ain't nothing. So yeah, that's what it is. Like I said, I got a couple anime movies that I'm going to talk about in manga.
Sure thing. I have one for the worst, and that is Resident Evil. It is a horrible. It is a horrible television show that tries its best to separate itself from Resident Evil while still trying to call back to the things of Resident Evil, like the zombie dogs and stuff.
Isn't it?
I truly don't know.
Isn't it like New Raccoon City and New Umbrella?
Yes.
Ugh.
The Raccoon City incident happened, and this is a new thing now. We're all
Now, set in the world, that could work.
yeah, sure, but it don't.
Okay.
Didn't you? I feel like I recall you two, like when you were watching it, you were like, it's starting off pretty good, and then there was just an immediate turn.
It was you too.
That was me just addressing you.
Okay. Oh yeah. When I first watched it, I was like, okay, I can see what they're doing right now. It could work. There's the kid drama stuff, teen drama, teeny bopper stuff, and I don't mind that because I like Lois and Superman, or Superman and Lois, which has a lot of that type of drama. No problem at all with that. And
But
then
it just wasn't done well.
It
That's
wasn't
the problem.
done well.
You can do it, just gotta do it well.
And so much of Resident Evil, the TV show, is simply just not done well. The Wesker fate is atrocious. As far as the good, Atlanta had their final season this year, and it sucks, but they're all super successful people, and that scheduling is disgusting. Atlanta is one of the funniest shows I have ever consumed, but it is a lot of it is both interwoven into societal and issues of black men, even black women. So you may not get as much out of it as you would somebody that is a black man or a black woman, but it's still a worthwhile show because it's funny on its own. Ozark. I am a big old Jason Bateman fan, and I only started watching this when I started watching it simply because Jason Bateman was starring in it. It is essentially Breaking Bad, but different. And I am totally fine with it. I feel like the ending of this. So and I'm gonna spoil a little bit of Ozark and a little bit of Breaking Bad. In Breaking Bad, most of the people of his family don't really know what he does, and the end of the series is essentially finding it out and then how it plays out. In Ozark, everybody knows what he does, which is launder money for like the mob or a big drug dealer or whatever. His family knows what he does, like episode 1. The mom tells the kids or something. And then the next 5 seasons are all of them just trying to not die. And it's a really good show. Search Party. This is another one where I'm just a fan of the main actor or actress, and it's Aaliyah Shirkat from Arrested Development as well, who played Maybe. The first season was they thought their friend had died, so they went on this giant search for them to try to find them. And they found the person that kidnapped them, and then they killed that person, and later found out that their friend was totally fine. So now they're all murderers of this innocent person, and the rest of the seasons are them just trying to cope with it, trying not to get caught. Very good show, funny, dramatic. I love Search Party. Manifest is millennial / zoomer Lost. A bunch of people go on a plane. They get off the plane, but it's like 5 years later, and now they have to live their life and try to figure out what happened with the plane when things start coming up from the past. Some get powers like being able to see or hear things, sirens or something, where danger's coming up. Interesting show. The final season is Netflix revived the show after it was canceled, but it was one of the highest viewed things when they finally put it on there. So Netflix was like, okay, we'll pick it up from the company. I think it was Fox that had it, and we'll give them a final season so they can wrap everything up. And the final season premiere starting in November. Part 1 starting in November. Part 2 is coming this year. White Lotus. A bunch of rich snobby people go on an island, and there's a bunch of misadventures. It's real low-key comedy stuff. I love it. I haven't seen season 2, which is a shame because I am a big fan of the main actress of that one. But season 1 was very good. I am on the final episode of it now. Better Call Saul finally finished up. Better Call Saul might actually be better than Breaking Bad.
Oh, wow.
And I know that's blasphemous for people. Better Call Saul was a tremendous television show. And I highly recommend anybody that's watched Breaking Bad to watch Better Call Saul as soon as you can.
Okay.
Severance is my new show of the year. For anybody that doesn't know what Severance is, there's a job that's so secretive that people undergo a procedure where the second you step into the building, you're one person, and the second you step out, you're another person. So you don't know what your outside self does, and your outside self doesn't know what your inside the building self does. So there's a new employee, and she doesn't believe that her outside self would do it because she knows herself. So she's just like, all right, I'm going to try killing myself. I'm going to try to escape. I don't want to be here. This is bullshit. And the outer self sends her a tape like, no, I consented to this. I want this. It's a very interesting show. And the other two are Chucky. Chucky season 2 came out. Might be better than the first. In some ways, it's not as good. In other ways, it's so much better. I f***ing love Chucky season 2. I am a big smelly mark. Chucky season 3 just got announced today.
Oh, good.
I am in there, coming out this year. And number 1, I wanted to talk about Peacemaker. Best show of the year last year. Peacemaker first episode was January 2022.
Goodness.
Let me-
Yeah, Peacemaker was amazing.
I
Peacemaker.
add that to the
Seems
list.
like that was like 2 years ago.
Yep. January 13th,
Long
I
year.
think it was,
Wow.
2022.
Okay, then. No, yeah, Peacemaker was amazing.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Even if you don't like the DCEU, Peacemaker is...
Yeah, no, that's the good stuff.
If you ever are worried about what James Gunn can do, if you just give him the reins or something, watch Peacemaker. Hilarious, dramatic, horrifying in many aspects. So f***ing good. Such a good show.
I saw you watching recent Family Guy. How's that?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I'll say there are... Let's say I watch... So what I've done is... There's a lot of TV shows, a lot of cartoons that I used to watch a lot of that I fell off of. American Dad, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, that type of stuff. So I just put them in a giant playlist, hit shuffle, and just watch them. I will say if I watch an hour of Family Guy, there is probably 8 minutes that are good.
Woo!
Oof.
Woo!
That is damning.
Not even
The rest-
10%.
The rest isn't horrible or even bad. It's just there. A lot of it's just there. There are some very bad things, but there are 8 legitimate good minutes in every hour of Family Guy. Yeah, that was it.
Okay, then.
What are we moving on to next?
Sorry, that's 13%. For some reason, I went 100 minutes, 60 minutes.
Yeah, I understand.
13%. Good.
That's almost an F.
All right, next up, let's do music.
Oh, I'm telling y'all this right now. I have 0 for music this year. I've listened to
Wow.
mostly all my old stuff. There are about 3 new albums I listened to that I really liked, but it's not even worth talking about. Just 3 albums. So
Interesting.
What about Kanye's new stuff?
that man does not exist anymore.
Well, I guess I'll start then. For my bad, Kanye, just as a person.
What did he do? Is there some sort of
Issue with that man?
Yeah, there's he.
Oh, sorry,
He came out with a bad hoodie line. You know, it's
Sorry, Kanye's fine. Maybe sorry, Yee. Is that better?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Next up, I'll put so I have best and then I have meh, just because I typically don't listen to a lot of music that I don't like. And we'll start with meh. A couple of albums I literally just listened to today because I didn't know these bands made new albums. First one, Under Oath, Voyeurist. Just, it's just like the Dream Theater scenario that I had for many, many years. It's just not it. It's not hitting like they used to.
Yeah, I've got a lot to talk about with that one.
Oh no.
And then the other one, sorry, BG, and I might just need to give this another conceited listen, but I think just the news around the band colored my opinion, and that's Dance Gavin Dance, Jackpot Juicer.
There's no problem there, Mike, because that is a mad album from them.
It just, yeah, and it's one of those things where just like, I probably would have enjoyed this more had all the Tillian stuff not come out.
Even without the Tilly stuff. Because I am a big, I can separate the art from the artist.
I'm
not
less
a very
so.
good album. Yeah, it's just not a very good album. There's 4 songs on my playlist, and I think it's like 10 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 songs I have on my everyday playlist. It's not a very good album.
All right, next up, best. So this one surprised me. Disturbed, Divisive.
yeah.
You're making music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
Oh,
and
for
then this is
sure.
one of those ones where it was like meh going into good. Most of the album was like kind of whatever, but there is one song on this album that is my
Which
favorite
one? Which
Disturbed
one?
song in a decade and a half, 2 decades. Bad Man.
I actually haven't heard that one yet.
It-
Because I've listened to the whole album. I've heard a few songs from it on my YouTube shuffle, but that's it.
it is my favorite Disturbed song in a really long time.
Bad Man.
Yes. Music video for it is really cool. As like, it's like a multi kind of paint. Like, it's kind of hard to describe. There's an art style that goes along with it. But next up we have Polyphia. I never know how to pronounce their name. Polyphia, Remember That You Will Die. If you like just really, really trippy and sick as fuck guitar playing, listen to Polyphia. They are very good. Dayseeker, Dark Sun. Continuing with good stuff. I Prevail, True Power. I just come across the album by pure chance. Like, I think it was like in September, October, and the album released in August. And because I was like, man, I haven't listened to I Prevail in a while. Oh shit, new album. And
Yeah, I've had things happen like that. That's how I learned MF Doom died, because I was like, I haven't heard MF Doom in a while, and it was just like, oh, he died like 2 days ago.
Sleeping with Sirens, Complete Collapse, good stuff.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
I
Well-
didn't like that, and I can say I can cross that off of my list. I didn't like it.
You didn't?
Yeah, I like their older stuff. They kind of, I don't know what it was. That's
They
one of the
become
ones
too
where I'm like,
poppy.
yeah, it's kind of poppy.
I don't mind that though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, based upon what they were before, I have a high standard for, because one of their songs is like one of my favorite songs of all time.
Gotcha.
So I can say
Really?
And that's just like I'm comparing that to the other ones. And I know that's not fair, but yeah, I was just like, nah, that's not. I was not feeling that at all. So
Gotcha.
cross that off.
Other bands and stuff. While they did not release an album, Baby Metal is starting to release singles off of their next album,
Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
and they are very good. I think it was Ren Fair. We were on the way back
Yep.
from Ren Fair, and that's how I
Yep,
found
we
out
found
about
that
it.
song.
And we were just like, let's look at Baby Metal. And then like we looked it up in my car. I was like, wait, whoa. I don't recognize that. That's fucking new.
So,
Play that
hold on.
shit.
There's a little bit better of a story there. So Mike was driving. He's like, Ralph, just look up Baby Metal. Let's listen to this. I'm like, okay, because you were talking about the songs. Like, yeah,
BMX or BMC, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm tabbing through it, and I'm fucking the UI on the Tesla is so weird to me. So I'm trying to fucking get it to work, and
It's
it's
not
not.
intuitive.
So I click something, and it goes to like this weird screen, and Mike's just like, wait, the fuck is that? What is that? Click that. So I click it, and it's a new fucking song. We're both just like, what?
They have, at my last count, 2 new singles off of this new album.
Okay.
There's another song that got released too. So yeah, definitely look that up. So this album didn't come out this year, but I actually I listened to the singles and then forgot about it and then came back. Scion. So there is oh shit, what's this YouTuber's name? Let me look it up real quick.
Trash. Absolute trash.
Where are you?
And still don't got it.
Jared Dines, popular metal YouTuber out there. He collabed with the former lead singer of Killswitch Engage to make a side project that is basically just my Curse era Killswitch Engage called Scion, and that's also the name of the album. If you are a fan of that era of Killswitch, listen to them. Just to a T, more delicious stuff from Howard Jones. That's the old vocalist. Next up, band that I discovered. I don't know if they had any albums that come out this year, but Relica. They are a metal band from Australia. Lady lead singer. Very, very, very cool. Very unique sound. Definitely would give them a listen. The Sonic Frontiers soundtrack. Boy, this is basically like, hey, Doom, really, really, really good soundtrack. Sonic Frontiers has a really, really fucking good soundtrack. Definitely give it a listen. Some different YouTubers, Little V, as always, Ga Metal,
Always.
another really good metal video game cover artist. Lame Genie, they are the guys who did the Gilbert Gottfried Mortal Kombat theme. They just make really good fucking music.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. So good.
Fight.
Hano! Liu Chang!
It's the canon version of the song
Yeah,
in
oh,
my
absolutely.
mind now.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have, so there's this artist by the name of Pseudo Signal. Now, every once in a while, I will venture back into Newgrounds and, look at all the different musicians that I followed back in the day, see if they're making new music, what have you. And there's this one musician that basically just disappeared off the face of the earth for a really long time by the name of Wanson. DA, Ralph, we have edited a collab project to one of their songs. Makes really, really, really good fucking music. One of the metal covers on my YouTube that I did lyrics to and did screaming lyrics and stuff to was one of his songs. So every once in a while I'll search, and then he deleted his old Newgrounds, and I was like, oh man. And I'll just search for Wanson on Newgrounds. And then this year I searched, and this guy called Pseudo Signal comes up, and it just says, oh yeah, by the way, I used to be called Wanson, an immediate click. I was like, yes, he's making music again. And he was one of my favorite metal artists out there. Just I loved his style, and he's making music again. So Pseudo Signal, go listen to his fucking shit. Lowest, who is it is the solo project of the drummer of Ice Nine Kills and Affiance fame.
I love Ice Nine Kills.
He makes some pretty fucking good solo music too, so I would go recommend it. He actually has a really, really good cover of Halsey's Gasoline, if you're a fan of Halsey. And then finally, Knight Rider. Affiance has rebranded, gone through a genre change. They are now called Knight Rider, all the same members of the band. They are now Degent Wave, synthwave mixed with Degent metal, and to this day, their cover of Running Up on That Hill is still my favorite cover of Running Up on That Hill. And their new song, Collar, is fucking awesome. I cannot wait for there to be new music from them. I'm super stoked for anything that they do now.
There will never be a Running Up That Hill but Placebo for me.
Nope. You guys showed me that one? Still
It's so-
Knight Rider.
it's so fucking
The
good.
placebo one is the canon version in my mind.
The Knight Rider one is the canon version in my mind. And that's it for music for me.
Your boy has 0, so one of y'all is gonna go. There was a Spanish singer that's super popular that I heard that I love their album, and that's about it.
What a weirdo. I have 31, and
Woo!
now it's 30. So if you want to go, Ralph, or I'll go. What are we doing?
I would say,
I'm gonna blow through 'em
yeah.
as
I would
fast
say
as I
rat them
possibly
out.
can.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I did was I took bands that I am a fan of, and like Mike said, I was just like, I haven't looked them up at all. They've got new albums. I'm gonna download the most recent album. I'm gonna listen to the first 4 songs, and if I like it, I'm gonna continue on. That was the plan. So I got 31. I got 30 now because Sleeping with the Sirens was off. The Classic Crime. I did not like it. Oh, also, these are going to be bands that I recommend that I obviously don't talk about too much.
Yeah.
The Classic Crime, they had a new album. What is the album called? Doesn't matter. I don't think the album name matters. Patterns in the Static. They completely changed their styles. I did not like that. I stopped listening after 2 songs.
Ooh.
And I heard
Linkin
a little
Park
bit of the
Scenario?
third song. I was like, done.
Yeah, I was just about to say Linkin Park.
It's not even that because it was with that. It was just like we're pulling back Mike Shinoda.
We're doing less rap and more electronic, and we were already
Yeah.
doing electronic stuff
It got
anyway.
less heavy, Linkin Park did.
Yeah, that as well. Emarosa. I did not expect to love it as
Oh
much
yeah,
as
that album's
did.
great.
It is.
I was just about to go off you.
Disgusting.
I was about to go.
album.
That's why my face was like, "What is he about to say about this?"
Beach Club. It is. All 4 of them. I hope this is what I'm gonna be doing all of this because I'm like I love this, and it was one of those things where it was Johnny Craig who was the original singer, and Johnny Craig has his issues with the drugs, so they got a new singer. And I didn't like this album immediately following that.
Oh, I hated that album.
Yeah, it was not a good album, so I was just like, okay, I guess
The one-
Emarosa's
it
just
was
a
like
bust.
it was like a white and red cover or something.
Yeah.
I did not
I
like
was just
that
like,
album.
all right, rip Emarosa, and I'm like, all right, let's see what you got. And this was amazing. I'm going to go back and continue listening. I Set to Kill. It hurts my soul.
Oh, no.
But it is not good because I Set to Kill. They have a woman singing clean and a scream guy. That was all it
Oh,
was
I
for the
thought-
first 3
I
albums.
was about to say.
For the 4th album, the screen guy is gone, and they did not replace him. So it's just a female singer, and it's a bit more generic.
Okay, that sounds like Tonight Alive or something. Like, why would you?
Yeah, but Tonight Alive is better.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Tonight
saying.
Alive is coming later, and it's better. And it hurts me because I Set to Kill is my number 4 band of all time, but this album stinks.
Are they trying to do the Paramore Flyleaf somewhere around that area?
A little bit heavier. It's
Flyleaf was heavier.
yeah, about that. A little bit softer than that. Though.
Okay.
But yeah, that album was called I should have wrote this down. Was it just I Set to Kill? It doesn't matter. Icon for Hire. I love Icon for Hire. This was pretty good. Their new album is pretty good. Wasn't amazing because I love their first album. It's like one of my top albums of all time. But their new album was pretty good. Three Doors Down.
Oh,
Oh, you why?
No.
Yeah, why? Why would you?
No.
I wouldn't have did that no way.
No, they have lost it. It's a fine line between doing what you have been doing and just riding on that because you're like, we got the fans. We're gonna keep doing this. It's gonna be the
We
same
never
sound.
need to be anything more.
We never left. Stay here. Be safe. Be comfortable. We're all good. And they just went, nah. We're doing something different, and it stinks. 3 Doors Down. Throw them in the trash.
Oh.
3 Days Grace. They did the same thing.
with
And
3 days grace.
Them bastards with the other route and just went, hey, late 90s, early 2000. Same sound. Amazing. I fucking love that. It's so good.
Don't like the new singer.
I think he's fine. I mean,
if you want the old
65
singer,
Days-
Saint Asonia, I believe he's still there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to that now. 65 Days with Static. No.
You know what? The album after the destruction of Small Ideas, I didn't really like that album, but I was cool with it. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a lot more clinkety clunk 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 and a lot less rock with clinkety clunk clunk clunk, and that's the problem. Jorn, I
Is it
fell
Jorn
down
Londe or just
Londe. I fell down the rabbit hole of listening to his interviews. Don't do that because it's a big mistake. We've been calling him Jorn all this time. His name is Jorn,
Yeah.
because he's a German guy. He still got it. It's really good. He's got a solo album. It's called Over the Horizon Radar. It's amazing. The dude is killing it. But on the other side of that, he did 3 albums with the dude named Russell Allen. It was
That's what I was
Russell Allen
Allen.
combo album. And I listened to an interview with him, and he was just like, yeah, we could have done a 4th one, but I'm getting older. Russell wanted to go harder and faster. I can't keep up with that, so I had to pull back. I can't do it no more. I'm like, oh, you old man! He's an old man that likes gardening. He loves gardening. But
Interesting.
Russell did another album with 2 other singers. One's a male, one's a female. You know how much I love that.
Femur?
It's a really good album.
A femur? A femur?
It's a singing bone. But it's Allen / OLZON. It's amazing. It's great. It's like this dude is really, really good. He's like 2 notches below Jorn. But if Jorn was in there, he'd be like, this would be amazing. But he's there.
But you got what you got.
Yeah. Next up, Breaking Benjamin. Amazing.
Okay.
What album?
Feed the Wolf. Ember.
Oh, okay.
That was-
I was
that was
about
like-
to say, like they haven't made an album.
That
in
was
quite
a
few
while
years.
ago.
But yeah,
He heard this year.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm catching up on old ones.
No,
Feed the
that's
Wolf
fair.
and Psycho.
yeah. Just
I've
making
been
sure I
repeating
didn't miss
those
something.
two. Yeah.
Oh, Psycho is an amazing
Psycho
track.
is so f***ing good. I'm listening to them more. Built on Secrets. No, it's not. It's fine. It's very generic rock, though. It's just a couple of these people I'm just going to describe as playing music and screaming. It's very guitar. It's very garage band, just playing music and screaming. And I need a little bit more than that. And that's what Built on Secrets was. That's also what Confide was.
Oh no.
Yes, it's very much just sitting and screaming, and I'm not about it. Emery, I love the band Emery.
Oh no.
Their new album, what is it? Rub Some Dirt on It. They're at their best when they're softer, and this leans towards harder, and I don't like that as much.
Oh, okay.
It's
I rock with that,
fine,
yeah, probably.
but I like the softer stuff. Five Finger Death Punch.
Ooh.
Good songs.
All right.
I did not know they had a new album.
Oh yeah.
They are constantly pumping out albums. They put out like 2 after the last time I realized it. Yeah.
Jesus.
You've heard one Five Finger Death Punch. You heard them all. Four
I was gonna
Letter Life.
say.
Yeah, it's very evergreen, but I like them. They're fine. 4-letter lie and 4 Year Strong. That's a combo. Both of them know. They got away from their original sound. Flaming Hanley. I don't know what they doing. That is some clown music. Glamour for the Kill. It's like 2 notches above playing and screaming. It's fine. Whatever. Bright Skies. I liked them when they were harder. They got softer.
You do. That's reverse Emery.
I know.
The mums can't win with you.
Fans just feel like it's just like, okay, we can't do this anymore. Now we have to sing about her and her eyes and her love and all this stuff. And I'm not about that. I See Stars. I See Stars are amazing. Whatever level they are, they should be 5 levels above whatever level they are. They're fantastic.
If they're selling 50K, they should be 250K.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, whatever level they are, they should be 10 levels above.
I think they are very popular.
She is probably my favorite female singer.
I would not argue
It's
against it.
disgusting.
Even though I like the lead singer of Vita/Videra a lot, she's fantastic.
Hello, Haley. Welcome to the stream.
Busted was a 90s band.
I don't know why. Immediately when you said that, do you guys know the remix of the Ghostbusters theme of "Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good"?
Oh
Yeah,
god,
absolutely.
yeah.
Immediately
No, and I would never wanna hear that.
I just in my head I just hear
It sounds like a
"Bustin',
porn
bustin',
song."
bustin', bustin'.
Oh, it's been used. It's been used for the
It
exact
has
purpose.
to.
Oh, it has been. I've seen it. It's hilarious.
Immediately in my head.
Let's keep this clean.
Bustin'
Mike.
makes me feel good.
But
Go ahead.
Busted was a band in the 90s. They were a boy band. They're all older now. Charlie Simpson, who is my favorite singer, one of my favorite singers, lead singer of Fight Star, he went back to Busted because he has essentially 3 projects running. He has Fight Star, he has Busted, and he has his own project. He said in an interview, because I'm a big fan of his, I listened to his interview. He said that Busted was for the fans, Fight Star was for his friends, and his own solo stuff is for himself. So that's his how he approaches the music. It's very fun. It's a lot of fun.
There you go.
Our Last Night, amazing. Get in there. I love them. Tonight Alive, amazing. Get in there. Love them. They are what I wanted. If you're gonna take away the scream guy, just do good. Do that. These next couple, these are from when Amber drove us to the meetup. She was playing music and I was just like, yo, that song is pretty good. And I got the band, so these next couple are gonna be bands from her. Shadows is good. I like Shadows quite a lot. Freedom Is Yours is a bangerific of a song. Rain City Drive, that was another one from her. Also really
Rain
good.
Yes.
City Drive used to be Slaves, and it was
Yep,
Johnny
correct.
Craig's band before he got kicked out.
Oh my goodness!
And they rebranded once they got a
Yep.
new singer, and they named it Rain City Drive.
I'm like, this thing is a little too seasoned for some people that I do not
Yeah,
know.
they were.
Oh yeah,
I think this
yeah.
is
No,
their
they're
fourth
formerly
album,
slaves.
technically.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I listen to them too. They're really fucking good.
The second album of Slaves is one of my favorite albums in the past.
Which one was that one?
It wasn't Though We Art Beautiful. It was the other one, I think. I'd have to
Okay.
look at it. Go ahead.
Couple left.
Okay.
Point North, really, really good. I like them a lot. I got to start talking to her about music recommendations. They're all bangers.
Oh, dude, she had a playlist that I would just rob from repeatedly
Yeah, I might
before
have
she
to-
made it private.
Falling in Reverse, they were always just like, I know a Falling in Reverse, but that was pretty good. That's probably the least of them.
The R. Kelly album?
We're not talking about that.
what?
Mhm.
There was an R. Kelly album. Essentially, somebody has his master.
R. Kelly is better than Coco songs.
Yeah, okay. Somebody said that.
Yes, anyway.
Somebody has his masters, so they put out an album this year.
Oh no! I thought you meant like when I say Falling in Reverse, I was like, did they do a rock version? of
That's
his
what I
songs?
thought too.
Oh no. Me and Gavin, we was in there with that boy. Like Mike said, I Prevail was good. I I did not know
Amber's peeking
Drugs
in.
was still putting out music, and they are, and it's
Whoa.
really good.
What?
What?
What did you say?
Drugs. Destroy, Reveal
Okay.
Until God shows. It's a super band.
Okay, I
It's
didn't
really
know
good.
drugs was still
Listen
putting.
to
I'm gonna say,
Drugs.
dude, I'm pretty sure most of these bands are powered by drugs.
Yes, they are. And for the first time, I listened to 4 Dance Gavin songs in a row.
And what were the 4?
It was from Afterburn.
Afterburners. This
Yes,
Yes, it is.
it's really good.
it was the first 4 songs.
Fight. We
You
knew.
do Afterburners.
I hate it. I hate to admit it, but it's really good.
Prisoner
We
is
knew
the-
you'd like it.
Disgusting. I went in there wanting to hate it. I'll admit it.
I know.
I'm a
I know
petty
you.
bitch.
Okay, dude, I understand because it was the same thing with Guy Gardner. You wanted to go in liking him because I hated him so much, and it was just like, dang, I
Yeah,
can't.
This is some quality audio.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's my list. There's gonna be
Prisoner?
a
Did
lot
you listen
that
to
I'm
Prisoner?
Yes, I did. That was the first song.
Oh,
Yeah, he listened to the first 4 off
so
of that.
good. I think that's still to this day my favorite Dance Gavin Dance song. That
The
chorus.
single at least. Yeah, I
That
love
chorus just.
it.
No, DA loves female singers. I just like. You have to be unique with it. You got to be doing something with it. In this moment, she's not only is she a great singer, she's a great screamer, and she has a very unique voice.
Burn is
Her-
one of
her-
my favorite female
Go,
led songs
DA,
in
if you ever
history.
can, go watch them live.
I have to.
I've said multiple times she is Metal Lady Gaga. I am not exaggerating that statement. She goes through multiple wardrobe changes throughout all of her live performances, and they're all really out there.
Yeah, I am a
wardrobes.
big fan of female, more operatic rock song singing. I think
They are.
love
I
them.
love them, and I'm happy. Any ones that I've just mentioned, go back and listen to them. Go back and listen to their earlier albums because those are the ones that I super duper love. Just gonna slide this on in here. Gorillaz have been essentially putting out their entire album bit by bit, including they had 3 songs from an EP called Meanwhile. I don't remember what the EP was called, but those 3 songs from the EP were all 3 bangers. They could have been the best song on any album, but this album is shaping up to be probably their 3rd best, which is high praise. It doesn't sound like it, but it absolutely
Well,
is
they
high
how many
praise.
albums do they have at this point?
Like 8.
that few? I feel like they'd have more. Huh.
No, because he takes his hiatus.
True. True.
But yeah, Gorillaz have been killing it, and I can't wait for their. I didn't even talk about it, but right before I started my job, I got to see them live again, which is always it's the best experience of my life every time. It is a different feeling. It is a feeling that I don't feel other than when I step in that mug, and it is.
You
it
just
is,
said the same sentence like
I
4 times.
know. It's hard to explain how I feel walking into there
That's like the
and
7th
listening to music by the Gorillaz and seeing him on stage. It's because I've been a fan of them essentially for some 20 plus years,
Yep.
and it's just like you're playing all the hits. It's the guy.
And that's part of my problem when I go to concerts because it's like you're playing all the hits, but I like a deep cut.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when the story of the year came, I was just like, all right, in the shadows of our lives until the day I die, this one, and they played those. I'm like, gosh, come on. And they also did the acoustic stuff, and they played those same ones. I'm like, God, no. If we're playing for the VIP experience, we're gonna want to hear some deep tracks. Play something from Wolves. They have exactly 8 albums.
All right.
I felt
we
that.
shouldn't doubt that inner the inner psyche of knowledge for the Gorillaz.
But Gorillaz, I will always say this: I can never recommend the Gorillaz. They're
Understandable.
way too weird from song to song. You have to be born and bred into them.
I love that song with MF Doom.
It's a great song,
I love it.
and you stick with that one song and you get the out. Never again, because there's not another song like that, and that's the problem with the Gorillaz. They don't have similar enough sounds. So you can like this weird funk version, or this weird funk sound song, and then right over here is just this heavy dominated rap song, and then it's just this one good acoustic guitar and a piano, and it's just like, okay, you got to be born and bred in that. You don't want none.
Ralph, your music, if he's even
So-
here right now.
It's not. Yeah, am I not talking? Hello.
You're good.
Yeah, there you
you're
go.
good.
You got it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, music list is actually kind of short for me. Most of it's already kind of been mentioned. Rain City Drive, definitely for sure, right then and there, like solid music all in all. New Baby Metal songs, plural. Wasn't aware it was plural, but I am aware that it was singular, so I'm gonna have to go find out the other ones.
For me, I hate it, but new bands, when they put out new albums, they're only as good as my favorite song from the last album. So you're matching up against Papaya, and it's gonna fail. You got a hard time. Because before that, it was just like, you gotta beat karate. Good luck. Oh, Papaya, word. All right, you got it.
Not wrong.
Papaya is so good.
It's a very good song.
New star set, straight flame, straight fucking insanity. The collab between Starset and Breaking Benjamin was the hottest drop of the year, hands down. That song is still my number one most played for the entire fucking year. Aside from that, I've been listening to a lot of the newer Unlike Pluto songs coming out. Monday Bloom, solid song. Heavy bits, loved it. Aside from that, it's just been mostly re-listening to a lot of old stuff. I don't think there's anything else
Yeah,
I can get the list.
You're with me. I do.
That's why I'm just like, I want to try new stuff, but I'm afeared.
Oh, I have no.
So
problem.
I'm just going to old new stuff.
Understandable.
Oh no,
You don't want
wrong,
new.
wrong. Palisades, Reaching Hypercritical. This new album drops, and their new direction they've taken is definitely they're taking some definite hints from Linkin Park. There is a heavy influence of Chester on there, but Better was an incredibly fun song, and Fade Away. So if you miss old school like Chester Bennington vocals Linkin Park and don't care about not having Mike Shinoda around, Palisades Fade Away. Give it a listen.
Okay.
That's
It's weird. I know, but it works. It's good.
You're handing me a peanut butter sandwich and like, I hope you don't mind. I ain't got no jelly. Like, yeah, I'll eat it, but
I forgot
they do
one band as well. Go
They
ahead,
do their own thing, but again, it works, and I'm really enjoying. Again, Fade Away and Better are definitely two songs that I have been honestly greatly enjoying. I Prevail, True Power, like Mike said, could not. That I found them this year too. Yes, thank you, Amber. I know Amber just links. She goes, "Hey, I think you'd like this one," and I'm like, "Bruh." She goes, "Linkin Park vibes." I'm like, "You not fucking wrong."
it's real
But,
good because I'm always looking for the next rap rock dude. And
that song that was essentially stolen.
I don't remember that.
Remember? I played it for you. I was like, "This just sounds like Linkin Park." You were like, "They should get royalties off of this."
I vaguely remember that.
I will replay it if I can remember everything
Jolly
about
good.
it.
What was that? Again, I Prevail, True Power. I stumbled onto them this year on a suggestion from work. Really, I was going back and forth with notes for music, and one of the other people I work with, someone who was like above me, was like, "Okay, you like that? Have you listened to I Prevail yet?" I'm like, "No." Like, okay, they got really popular off of a cover of a Taylor Swift song, and I'm like, I have no interest in fucking cover bands, dude. Like, I have no. He's like, no, stop right there. Hold on. Listen to this track. I forgot what the first track was, but that fucking hooked me in instantaneously. Like, it was fucking so
I'm surprised
fun
you never
to
heard of
listen
them.
to.
They've been around for like half a decade at this point.
And yet I had not heard of them.
Interesting.
Like, but now I listen to like a lot of like listen to the Lifelines, listen to True Power. Like I've listened to some of these albums now, and they just really are fun. With Choke and Bad Things off of True Power being two songs that live rent free in my head. Choke is a song I would listen to after certain rough days at work and just feel really good about things. And then Bad Things is a song I want to edit to really fucking bad. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want to edit to it really fucking bad. That's it for the good. I have one bad. And it really hurts to say it because I just cannot allow myself to say that I enjoyed it. And it is the new Soilwork album.
Ooh, I haven't listened to it yet.
I can't. How do I hold on?
But they've been like ever since Akuma Afterglow. What album was that?
Oh my god, dude!
Because it's like
right here.
Because it's like they went back to like one of their older guitarists, and then that guitarist left again. They went back.
Panic Broadcast. Yeah, Panic Broadcast.
Ever since then, all of their albums have kind of sounded samey.
This one, they tried to
cheer, Haley. All right, go ahead.
This one, they tried to do something very. Thanks, Haley. They tried to do something different, Mike, and I just could not enjoy it. Give it a listen to. There's a lot of. I think they're Finnish. I forget where they're from. It is Swedish. They're Swedish. There's a lot of like Swedish influence and like a lot of like local like lore and or like ideas or like sayings and shit in there. So I couldn't connect with it really. I mean, the album itself is in Swedish. It's Overgiven Hätten. I can't read it. I for the love of God cannot.
Ralph is racist to the Swedish people.
Yep.
News drop.
I am like 10%
He
Swedish.
refuses.
I am 10% Swedish.
Oh yeah, I got Native American in my blood. Yeah, I got a black friend. All right, we hear you, buddy. We know where you're coming from, buddy.
Go fuck yourself. Absolutely, go fuck yourself. No, I listen to some of the songs.
Thanks, Amber.
I listen to some of the songs, and it does nothing, and it hurts because if you ask me what's your favorite band, like the immediate answer that comes to my head is Soilwork. The Akuma Afterglow is one of my favorite songs. You're not wrong, but like all of their albums before the Panic Broadcast, I would listen to daily on loops. So it hurt.
Dogs
that
of
their
Pavlov
music
and
stopped
Akuma
hitting.
Afterglow are my two favorite songs from them.
Dude, so I mean, I love Needle Feast. I love Nerve. I love like there's so many fucking.
Oh my god, they're going to war. What are you doing? This is the list exists all over again.
So, but yeah, no, that's what I've got there for the most part. So, I mean, again, if you haven't listened to I Prevail, go. If you haven't listened to Rain City Drive, please go. Unlike Pluto, As They Bloom is just is like playing on a loop in my head. So yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. Last band that I forgot, and this is one of my favorite band names of all time. Time, The Valuator. They have not released an album, but they have been releasing singles leading up to an album coming out this year, and all of them have been very good. Just in general, Time, The Valuator, very good band. Highly recommended. Go listen to them. And I just love because it's like you have to add that pause because it's Time, comma, The Valuator.
There you go. Even
All right.
verbally.
Mm-hmm. Next up, I was gonna put reading. So manga, books, whatever, you know.
Okay. Let me grab my margarita.
All right. So, I'll go. Start with best, just because it's kind of just an easy breeze through. I started actually reading the Witcher books and gotten most of the way through The Last Wish, which is a series of short stories about Geralt. Very good. One Piece, as always, still maintaining consistency. The one little gripe, and like I just kind of hate how busy the pages are now.
Yeah.
He's jamming packing a lot of stuff in there.
It gets very overwhelming. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's very condensed, and I'd like it to not be, but he wants to be done.
Wait, hold on. What, Gavin? Hold on. Kanye's music was in Black Adam?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It
Oh
was
yeah.
like,
mhm.
Oh, no.
He storms this big bass, and then no one man should have all this power. It's just blasting right in your ears. Triumphant music. Get him, Black Adam. Get him, Kanye. We can all do it. Take down whatever government we want to.
Yikes.
Going through the romance kick of manga, we got Uzaki-chan wants to hang out.
boy,
What?
it's so good.
It is very good. Komi, of course. If you liked Sweat and Soap, there's a manga called Can You Keep a Secret? The person I like works at the same company. It's one of those really long Japanese names, but it's very much a similar premise, except that the two main characters want to keep the relationship a secret very, very much more than the leads of Sweat and Soap.
For
but
Sweat
you
and Soap is one of the greatest romance mangas I've ever read.
that is also there because it ended last January.
Yes.
And
it
I
was
reread
a
it
part.
no less than 4 times this year.
It's such a good manga.
Read Sweat and Soap.
It's the only. It's not the only thing I've asked of you when it comes to reading things, but it's one of the main things I
It's-
ask of you.
I would state it is the best romance manga I have ever read.
I wouldn't go that far.
Anime or
It is-
manga.
I love otaku more.
I would put Sweat and Soap over
I
Otaku.
can't put Sweat and Soap over. It's hard.
It's hard to love Otaku. It's very, very good, but Sweat and Soap
Fucking
is...
Sweat and Soup. That's the new hit cooking anime.
But yeah, the author has started a new anime or manga, I should say. Kanase and something or other. I'd have to look up the name. It's a dude who likes to cross dress, and his female employee who finds out about his secret, and just like their relationship blooming. Seems pretty good so far, but I don't know. Just I like the characters of Sweat and Soap a lot more than this new one so far.
But to be fair, you have a lot more with them.
True.
Than you
Yona of
with-
the Dawn, Kaguya-sama Love is War, which just ended.
Love is War was so good.
My Dress Up Darling.
So good.
I think that's it for my romance stuff. Yep, other stuff. Berserk, it came back. It's going still very slow. But it's really cool that his staff is trying to continue the legacy.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
what I would prefer they do for Hunter x Hunter, because he can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it sounded like he's having a lot of health problems.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter needs to just be handed off to somebody else or just let to die because
Yeah,
it's
legitimately.
just not.
Stop giving
It's
people
not.
hope.
Did I hold on, I just deleted. Did I say Yona? I don't know if I did say
Yes,
that
you
for-
did. You said Yona
Okay.
the Dawn.
Yep, Yona the Dawn. For other stuff,
God, I have to
of the Shield-
catch. I have to catch back up on that one, man. I haven't read that one in a while.
Rising of the Shield Hero, still very good. Spy X Family,
Shield
still
Hero.
amazing.
Fuck.
And then this one. Ralph, you will agree with this. There was this manhwa, Korean comic. That it was a martial arts
Yeah.
one that came out many years ago.
This
called,
was one of Mike's first of my big bonding things too.
called The Breaker.
God, it's so fucking good.
Started off as like a just like kind of like a manga in terms of like black and white, what have you. Very, very good premise in terms of story, the actual action stuff. Very awesome.
Inichi
So
done right.
it was The Breaker, and then he ended that there, and then did The Breaker New Waves, which was just like the next part of the story. Then The Breaker New Waves ended, and then he basically seemed to be done.
It was
Story
a
wasn't
pair.
complete.
It's a pair. It's not one guy. It was both of them.
Okay, so 2 people. But basically it all but canceled the rest of the story. And that was like a decade past.
Oh,
Almost.
easily 10 years ago.
And then all of a sudden it's just like, hey, we're making the comic again. We're continuing the story. The Breaker Eternal Force. It was like, what? What?
Oh, none of us are ready. I think I was the one who found that too, and I was like, Mike.
Yeah. And it fully in color now, continuing the story right where they left off, introducing new characters, but it's going strong still.
Oh my god, it's so good.
So if you're looking for a nice spicy martial arts manga, start from the very
Dude.
beginning and work your way to the Breaker Eternal Force.
Please read this. It is outstandingly good. The character building is flawless. Yeah, it stopped releasing in 2013.
It was almost 10 years. It was 9 years.
2015. 2010 to 2015. There.
Okay,
it is.
okay.
It had a break in 2013.
Half a decade, though. Over half a decade.
Yeah. 2015 was when the Breaker Waves ended. But no, it's got outstanding character building, great world building. Like the art style is so fluid and like sharp. Like in the beginning, everything's, a little rough edge in the beginning.
Yeah,
They
every
don't have, like,
artist's first
the
few.
funds and the time.
Mhm.
It's a passion project until it's a profession, right? That's how this works.
Yep.
The Breaker just demolished it. Like I would say it's in a league of its own when it comes to martial arts like stories. It's insanity. It is everything Kenichi should have been. I adore The Breaker. You need to read it. If we get this continuation of interesting plots and manhwa getting anime adaptations, as in the what's that manhwa that's getting animated right now? Solo Leveling.
Yeah, I feel like it's the game one.
If they can take something like Solo Leveling into an anime and make it an actual Japanese anime, please, for the love of God, give one to The Breaker and let it be good. I will just be a Breaker editor. Like that's it. I will be like the fucking video noobs of just try-harding Bleach at all times. I would be a fucking Breaker editor. That would revive me from the goddamn grave of editing.
Would Code Geass finally be put on the shelf?
Yes. Instantaneously.
Dot hack gone.
Never. That's not happening. That's the
Yeah, that's eternal. I don't even know why you said that.
And then for my worst, My Hero Academia. Boy,
It's a legendary downturn.
I have never
this is worse than like Bleach or Naruto, right?
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Like is like
My
I
Hero
don't
was
you
better
don't
than
you don't
Bleach and
recognize it
Naruto.
anymore. You like
My Hero was better than Bleach and Naruto both ever was, and is worse than they were as well.
that's
It's crazy.
super accurate. God, like just some of the beginning stuff was so good, and like even like someone posted in the Discord the last actually I haven't read today's chapters if there was any new ones, but like La Brava has come back, which means more than likely Gentle's coming back, and then like you two were just like whatever. Like the fact, like, and that's the big thing, especially like especially DA.
That's the scary part because you know it's gonna happen.
It's a high likelihood that he's gonna get ruined.
Yeah, just like when you can make the character man not be excited for like one of his favorite characters in a show coming back, that says something.
But that's the same thing that happened with Mirio when he hopped off the ground. I was like, this is stupid.
You were like, oh my god, Mirio.
It was like, ugh.
Dude, My Hero is, I can't believe the downturn.
Unbelievable.
It is an unbelievable downturn.
Yeah.
Are we still in agreement when that started? By the way, I just really want to continue this. Was it for you guys at least the multi-power part that shattered everything for you, or was it before that? I can't remember.
I
Hey,
didn't mind the multi-power part because again, it could be done well.
Yeah. No,
It could.
if you go back and listen, I'm sure I said it's a negative thing right now, but it's all about how it can be implemented. If it's implemented well, then we'll see. But that was around the time because that was I think it was either right before that or right after that. It was the big Endeavor sort of side arc, and I was just like, I don't care about Endeavor.
I've been saying this since the Mafia arc.
Ooh.
I've said
The
yo,
Mafia arc was fine.
it really wasn't. Please
It was
revisit.
fine.
Please revisit that arc. I said since the Mafia arc. Oh, this is not a good arc. And everyone else was, oh, it's good, it's fun. No, I said this is not
that's
a
an
good
arc
one.
versus the turn because right after that is
But
gentle.
that's where the turn started for me.
But right after that was
Look,
gentle.
No, right, okay, right after that was gentle, and then after that it was my villain, and
Which
my
is
villain
good.
was okay.
I would
No,
consider my villain good.
I wouldn't consider it good because after Twice's passed, either Twice or Toga, whichever one came later, you get all that Shigaraki stuff with Destro, and it's just like that crap was terrible.
Because like to me,
I don't give a
like
shit about
turn,
Spinner.
like to me, a turn is like once it actually like turns and then it ain't rising that much again. And I would have
I
said
think-
that for me, that turn was right after Class A versus Class B.
Which was
I would say during it.
Well, yeah, I think it's like right at the end, right when Black Whip like starts coming out of Deku. Because like that was like the whole thing where it's just like, all right, let's see how much control Deku has now over One for All as it stands. And then Black Whip comes out, and you're like, oh, like it took away something that I wanted to see.
The reason why I say that I think that the turn started in the middle of it as opposed to at the end of it is because I remember almost nothing about that.
Mm.
And I remember so much about basically everything else. But I don't remember the teams. I don't remember how people won. I remember Bakugo had like a short, like 2-chapter one, and he was just like, yeah, I'm the best, and I hated that. But I remember almost nothing else. And that's not a good sign.
Because then right after that is the Endeavor stuff, I believe. And then the Endeavor training. And then Shiragaki stuff. And then just it's all down, basically. Like it kept going down, 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 grave.
Legendary. I can't wait to do it because reasons on this. It's gonna be
Really?
8 hours.
Just think about it, because like we're like the first like 25% of that because reasons would be like, oh man, this is such a good moment. This is amazing.
Triton. Yeah, I mean this did pull a Ruby, I guess.
no. Ruby was never this great.
No.
It was never as great as My Hero.
The beginning of Ruby, you can just say the best you can say is that is good. But you always got to do the caveat of it's a small studio. The story doesn't really matter. Rule of cool. There's always those caveats. But the beginning of My Hero was legitimately caveatless, asteriskless good.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Ruby was literally never good, Gavin.
I'd agree.
Interesting.
I'd agree.
I would agree. Except for season 6.
Y'all keep saying
And
these
7.
seasons.
It goes down. But
Y'all keep saying these seasons and these. No, I'm with Gavin. It was never good.
well, nobody likes you, so
That's
it's
fair.
fine.
So DA, Alfonso's a really good question. Clannad because reasons when.
I told DA if he would commit, I'd start watching Clannad tomorrow.
No.
He will not commit to it. And I will not waste my time on Clannad without some type of commitment.
You will not get it.
So next,
What is holding you back, DA?
He don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to rewatch it. We've
You
talked about this. Alfonso knows what the deal is, all right? This isn't a spontaneous question. This has been discussed multiple times, all right? No.
I'm sensing some hostility here. Is there a problem with Clannad, DA?
are you kidding? I would
Oh,
not
we need
doubt
more
if
Clannad.
if he walks in, he walks up to the game room and I had Clannad on my TV, I would not make it the rest of the night. He would kill me.
That would not be a prank worth pranking.
Yes.
No, okay, no, DA. In that situation, Mike just
There is not a
referenced.
situation.
No, in that
There's
situation,
nothing
Mike just referenced.
AM, there's nothing.
No.
You're
Just
talking
a-
about the Mike's House thing.
Yeah, a raw hypothetical. And in the situation Mike just labeled, what is the scene that is playing that elicits an actual murder response?
Robot exploding, green snow falling upwards.
There you go, Mike. Let's test the theory.
No,
Oh, yeah, y'all can try testing that.
Legitimately.
I
I've
like my
never
life.
said this, but I gritted my teeth so hard that time it chipped my tooth.
Oh my-
Jesus Christ!
Horrible.
Wait, when was this?
When I saw that moment, because that's like the very, very end. And it's
Oh
just
my
like, no,
God.
everything is fine now.
Because it's like on
Your
top of that, it's
tooth?
time junk, which you love.
Yes.
All right. Anyways, list. Worst. Black Clover. This is just like mad
Same.
on the bad
Ooh.
side.
No, I'm with you, Mike. I loved Black Clover. These last 2 arcs are not it.
It's just like, but it's not like bad, like horrible. It's just nothing.
It's either nothing or it's nothing leaning towards bad.
Yeah, just
I can't remember the last thing where it was nothing leaning towards good.
Next up, Boruto.
I would know.
Boy,
also
these
not
last
know.
few chapters.
Mike, how? How do you
How
how
are
do you
you-
actively click the button that says Boruto and commit
Yeah.
to
'Cause
reading
I
the
need to know.
words on the screen?
No,
I need to know.
I gave up.
I need to
Mike,
know.
no. This isn't Bleach or Naruto where we're already invested. This story
Yeah, there's
sucked from
barely
the
any
start.
investment
Here,
here.
he's suffering in silence. He's not even talking to us about it. He's just like, wow, this is really bad. And he
I'm just-
goes off on his day.
just the Ida stuff has been whew. So just to give you a little teaser of what's going on right now, the girl who can see all things, time, what have
Oh,
you,
God.
has a little crushy crush on Emo Boy, and
Oh,
decided
no.
to defect and go to the Leaf Village, where now
Oh,
Emo Boy
God.
and Boruto are staying in a house with her and her brother to try and sway them to their side more. And she's getting all,
Naruto's
you know,
still dead, right?
and of course, for whatever reason, but of course, Sarada is also not affected by her charm.
Of course.
Why are you reading this, Mike?
Cause I need to know.
No, okay. Can I? You
Mike,
can know
what
with
do
the
you
syno-
need
no,
to
no,
know?
No, no, shut up. You can know with a synopsis. There is no end goal here. There is
Yeah.
no end in sight to Boruto.
You're playing Minecraft. There's nothing. You're just doing stuff.
You're just doing.
There's
is
no finish line.
ending here.
For the eventual
Drop
because
it.
reasons that I know will happen.
Yes, and when that happens, we're gonna have to read it from the beginning anyway.
No, I did it once before. I'll just watch the first because reasons.
Oh my God. Yeah, I got it.
Well, I was making some good points. Let me just control Cetos and
Yeah. Tangentially to Boruto, and this one I have dropped, the Sasuke spinoff in the
Whoa.
prison.
didn't it only have like 1 or 2 chapters?
I
Dude,
think
it's
there was a
getting
third
anime.
or a fourth.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's getting
Lord.
an anime now.
And
It's its own thing.
tangentially off of tangential, because we just heard snippets of this book. So Amber, as a joke, got Kelly the novelization of this comic.
Jesus Christ.
She read it.
There's a novelization of manga
Yes.
and an anime?
What was the line? Sorry, it was Haley. What was the line about like the hands?
Oh, you just said it.
Sakura's hands are his pride.
Yes. Sakura's
What does that
hands
mean?
are
She
his
gives a
pride.
man hand job. Oh, she's doing that double twist. She's getting
She got
all
mad
up in
grip.
there.
Double
She-
Gulp
mad
3000.
She releases the seal on her forehead.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's the only way I can get off now.
Oh my god.
Fucking
So yeah,
the chakra
my
hand
worst.
job brought to you by 2200. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Shauna Rowe. So, reading for everybody else.
Yeah, I can go. You read off a couple of mine, so I'll just go. I'll just go down my list, and I'll just say this is a worst, this is a good, this is a bad, this is a disappointing. Welcome. This is what we do. Chakra hand jobs is what we do. You should
It's
unfollow
unfortunate.
and leave now. It gets no better.
At this point.
There's no.
It gets
Like,
no better.
Sasuke said it first. Dang.
You have
He
reached
did it.
you have reached the peak of our mountain.
Yeah, no. Like, worst Dead 2. It's an awful manga. I recommend if you're very much into depravity, blood, gore, sex, rape, read it, I guess. Otherwise,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I like gore, so I'm into parts of it, but it's just getting worse and worse by the second. When will Ayumu make his move? A romance novel of
The shogi dudes.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. I like
Love
that.
Ayuma.
It's quite good.
The Dangers in My Heart. Super creepy kid gets talked to by a popular girl who's also super weird, and they become friends and maybe more. Kubo-san Won't Let Me Be Invisible. Super friendly, wholesome manga. Not a lot of bullying and that type of stuff, so it's a bit refreshing. Speaking of manhwas, I've said it last year. I'm gonna say it next year until this stupid thing ends.
I have two others.
Viral hit / How to Fight. A dude that's been bullied all his life decides to make a YouTube channel where he just fights injustices and bullies. So good. Ippo. Possibly the greatest Ippo fight. Second greatest Ippo fight in the manga.
It's so great how
1,000
after
plus
all
chapters.
this time, he's still putting out bangers. 1,300 chapters.
1,400.
1,400.
Jesus.
And that bastard in whoever man in My Hero, he can't make it to 300 without
Horikoshi.
in the bed.
Shikamori-san's Not Just a Cutie. A dude who has super bad looks and gets hit by like branches and stuff, is dating a girl who is big and tough. She's a cute girl, but she's a tough girl.
Anime just came out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's one of those ones, because I was talking to DA about this recently. I'm getting very tired of the will they, won't they manga, and then once they hook up, it's basically over. Shikamori already starts with them as a couple. And I like seeing how they advance as a couple.
Same.
That's why I like Hitomi-chan. They get together around midway through, and they've just been a couple. Oh, you're reading it, aren't you?
Yes.
That's my fault. Nagatoro!
Whoops.
Yeah, that's my fault. I apologize for that. I apologize. Okay, but you know they're gonna hook up.
No,
so-
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I actually did not.
How far are you into Hitomi-chan?
Like 40 chapters.
Oh no, you should. That's impossible. Cause that's very close to when it happens.
Oh, very close. So it's not when it happened, is it?
But I'm saying you should know by the end.
No,
It's the main hero. It's the main heroine.
How long did they do for in Comey Will they?
But
both
they,
say?
you knew it was gonna happen.
89
Did you ever believe it wasn't gonna happen?
But I didn't know it was gonna happen yet.
No, I understand that, and that's what I apologize for.
Did he walk away?
He went to go see where he is on it, so he has to go
Okay.
grab his tablet.
Gotcha.
Nagatoro, it's good. I like this current arc. Comey, this might be the best arc of Comey so far.
Dude.
I love this arc so much.
Like what? Like it's like just bringing back something. They were just like, oh, it's just like a.
Oh man! I wish that would have been a surprise.
It
But
may
it's
not.
never gonna be a surprise.
It may not have to. in the next couple of chapters.
Oh, so now I know it's not gonna happen in the
I
next
said
couple
it
chapters.
may not. I don't
Oh
remember.
man, just and how am I gonna die, BG? If you spoiled everything.
But yeah,
there's-
just that pull from his past.
Yeah.
Just
You should
amazing
not talk because DA is not caught up.
Yep, I'm done talking.
There's something called Suyuno-chan, which is essentially a dude is very into armpits. It's not a good manga. It's just not a good manga. I understand, Triton. Isekai NTR. It is not a good manga. I would recommend nobody watch or read it. It's just awful. This just came out with an anime and they've really upped the ecchi of it. It's two people that get assigned to an apartment. They're in a class and they get assigned to an apartment to play husband and wife. And they dialed up the etchiness in the anime so hard. It's already kind of a mad manga anyway, so
I've read that as well.
Hajimete-
Same.
yeah, Hajimete no Gal, super mad manga. I barely recognize anything from it. Yancho Girl, Anju-san, that's a good one. That's one y'all should read. Please go home, Akutsu-san, it's okay. Girio Gamer, it's okay. Suki no Kaga Magana na wo Wasatara is a girl always forgets her glasses and a guy likes her and they just become friends. Valhalla Penis Mansion is hilarious. It is super edgy. It is super edgy. So essentially, it's an isekai. A young boy gets transported into a world where men do not like having sex with women. And so he becomes a prostitute in a whorehouse because he loves sex with women. And now all the women love him because he loves sex. And all the other dudes are like, I'd rather not be here. It's
the name
very
alone.
funny.
The name
Oh, yeah.
alone.
Valhalla Penis Mansion, I understand. My new wife is forcing herself to smile. Probably my favorite thing I read last year.
Oh wow.
It's a samurai era thing, so it's two people in an arranged marriage. So initially you think the wife doesn't really like the husband because she just kind of smiles at him and doesn't really say anything, and he's nervous about that too. But within a chapter or two, you come to find out that she's just so in love with him and wants to have sex with him so bad that she can't express herself at all. So she just kind of nervously smiles whenever he's around. They're both super strong and super awesome. Oshi no Ko is one of the weirdest manga I have ever read, and I cannot put it down. This idol is getting stalked, and this doctor falls for her, quote unquote, and he gets killed by the stalker, and then he gets reincarnated as the idol's baby. So now he's just growing up as her baby. He remembers everything, and it's a set of twins, and somebody else got reincarnated along with him. So they're both just trying to navigate life as babies while also trying to protect the mom. Super weird, but I f***ing love it. Please put these on Takamine-san. I'm gonna do one more after this because I can keep going. Please put these on Takamine-san. A girl has the ability to reset time by taking off her underwear, and only one dude recognizes that she's doing it. Really weird, but it's a funny manga because I love the girl's personality so much. But they've dialed it back into making it more of this lovey-dovey stuff now. This will they, won't they stuff. And I hate it because before she was like, I'm a queen, so of course this ability is befitting of me and all this stuff. I loved it. And your yearly reminder to read Scoob and Shag. Hanna-Barbera cartoons meets shonen. Alfonso, I read. So you know, when Jay is giving me all those recommendations, when y'all are giving me all those recommendations, and read those things. I add them to the list. I go through these aggregate sites and I'll go, all right, that looks interesting, add it to the list, and then I'll catch up in something and I'll go, okay, time for a new manga, and I'll start reading a manga. I read everything.
All right. Also, the
Me,
two that
you do not need to be here for this.
the two that I forgot were two webtoons. Let's Play and I Love You continue to be very good.
There you go.
Ralph or DA?
I mean, I'm ridiculously short. I've had a year of drought when it comes to reading. I have
That's fair.
nothing. I read Chainsaw Man, and
I like
that's
that
it.
one.
Huh?
Aren't you
I like part
continuously reading a certain webtoon?
Oh, you are so right, sir. You are very right. So, yes.
I hear about it from you and
No,
Amber
no, wait,
all the fucking
wait,
time.
wait. Sorry, no, you reminded me. Actually, I mentioned it earlier, and I've already forgotten. So I read through the entire. I'll get to that one. I read through the entirety of Solo Leveling, which was an interesting ride. I think it's going to do very well as an anime if it's done in the sense of like a UFO table, because it's just action. Like the plot is very bare bones. It's going to be an action show for sure.
Thank you, Amber.
If they shut the fuck up. But yes, it's going to be very much in the way of unlimited budget works if it's done that way. It's going to be an action show. It's got really cool imagery. Read through the entirety of Chainsaw Man. That was a experience. For the casual anime watcher, you're not ready. You are not ready at all. Have fun with that fucking ride. And yes, the crown of reading material from the year, motherfucking Lore Olympus. If you are not reading webtoons, if it's not your thing, I get it. There's a lot there, and it's like finding a manga that, you want to jump into. And the year is 2011. You really don't have a way to find it yet. It's not in the mainstay. It's not in the main medium. You don't know what you're looking for. You don't know how to search it. Let me give you a nice little introduction. Go to read Lore Olympus. It's that simple. If you like romance, if you like Greek mythology at all, if you have an understanding of it at all, go and read Lore Olympus. It does its own neat spin on Greek mythology and the Olympic pantheon, gives every single character a fleshed out existence. Like, there is no part of this series that is dull and that doesn't make sense. The art is gorgeous. The characters are brilliant. The settings are amazing. It's getting a fucking animation from what's that company? The Jim Henson Company. I can't wait. Yeah, that's a weird name to hear, right? The Jim Henson Company is making an animation for this series. It is the first webtoon to be given an animation. It is the #1 webtoon in existence. It is so fucking good to read. Hades as a character hits. He is such a good, dumb boy, but at the same time, he will murder everyone, and it is outstanding. He is a great and fun character. Persephone is outstandingly well done. Zeus is still a fuckboy. He always will be a fuckboy because Zeus is by nature a massive fuckboy. They don't shy from this. They dive headfirst into it, and it is an amazing adaptation of the Greek pantheon and the Grecian
Also goes
lore.
into some really heavy topics really well.
It really does. So you've read it,
On and off.
Mike?
Not super.
Mike.
What?
You've not discussed this here. I've not been made aware that you've actually read it.
Because I knew
Yes,
I'd
sir.
get this reaction.
Said anything.
Yeah, never know. Never. Hey, who knows editing at the company? To keep your mouth shut there, but now it's Blabberjaw.
Okay, well, we're
It
going
is
to talk
not
about it
finished
now.
yet.
Yep, this
Still
is the thing.
continuing.
Oh, yeah, it's still ongoing. So it also has been published. So it's not just on Webtoon, it also has hardcover books. And I own all of it up to date. When they announce a book, I pre-order, I get. If I don't like the pre-order book, I will go to get the cover art that I like. That's what I've done last way. It is so good. Please go and read.
All right.
And that's it.
DA.
I just got a couple. So yeah.
Ooh, wait, what? Haley, who? What characterizations did not match? Okay, side conversation. DM me. That's no. hold on.
I'm about to say this ain't a side conversation. That's the main one. I just got into a show called 16-Year-Old Seiya Can't Get a Girlfriend. It is very funny. The dude he's a desperate person, but he has morals and he has his line that he will not cross, and I love that. He has a surefire girl that he could get his girlfriend, but that girl was making fun of his friend. He was just like, I can't f***ing do it. It ain't right, and I love that. Hitomi-chan is shy with strangers. Wonder what's gonna happen in a couple chapters.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Complete mystery.
Complete. Who knows? Iruma-kun. Welcome to Demon School. Iruma-kun is my favorite thing that I've read in a very long time. Reading it is the same way I felt reading Komi for the first time, where I'm just like, this is amazing chapter to chapter to chapter to chapter. The characters are all... It starts off with a big class, and they don't get a whole lot. But then they just go, hey, there's a big crisis. Everybody needs to train with these certain teachers. And then we get a bunch of stuff with those students. And then we've just been getting more and more. So the class is all good. There's a bunch of teachers. It's hilarious. I highly recommend Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. It is one of my favorite things that I've read in a very long time. Liar Satsuki, whatever that is called. It's fine. Not exactly a recommendation, but it's fine.
Liar Satsuki is so good.
There's a better one called Miracle Chan. I believe I've talked about this.
It is
one
not
time.
better. Liar
It's
Satsuki
quite
is so much.
good.
Liar Satsuki is so much better than Miracle
Very
Chan.
good manga. Not an anime that just came out. I think it came out a little bit. I might have talked about this last year, as a matter of fact. But a girl, she can see ghosts. She doesn't know what the ghosts will do if they know that she can see them. So she tries to keep a straight face in front of the ghost, and it's the art is fantastic. It's very, very creepy. Female knight who's never been treated like a woman. That's
Fantastic.
fantastic. Love it. These last two are the anime movies that I watched. Number one was Film Red. Film Red was great.
I was going to talk
love
about
Film
those in
Red.
movies.
Yeah, it's fine. That's the transition into the movies. But yeah. I don't know what y'all talking about when you bums are going, it's the hard, crazy songs. No.
Yes.
All that
The
New
art.
Genesis is the banger. The first song that it opens up with. That's where it is.
Nah.
Y'all wrong. That
Nah.
one. And nobody's talking about this because it's not very good, but My Hero World Mission. Why have y'all not seen this?
Why would I?
Cause it's not good.
That's not. That's
I
Stellar
literally-
review.
stellar reasoning given.
I've forgotten about it, so I went back to the Discord to see what I said about it. I said, My Hero World Mission is not a good movie. It's not a bad movie. It's boring. It's the worst thing it could be. It lives and dies by how much you love the new character Rhodey and his relationship with Deku. Also, it lives and dies by how awesome you think Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku are. I care about none of that. Bakugo's fight was one of the worst in the series. Deku's fights was cheeks. And I just watched Todoroki's fight and I don't even remember it.
Scathing.
The My Hero movies are declining in quality. The first one was the best, second one was the second best, third one is the worst. I don't care about Rhodey, but I see how he made it into the top 10. That's what I thought about the My Hero movie. Somebody watch it just so I can validate my feelings.
Hey!
But it does.
Get Kern and Boruto then.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
get
shit.
Korin and Boruto in 20 chapters, 20, 30 chapters.
That's about an hour and a half.
No, it's not. Not for Boruto. Those are some chunky chapters. They got like 40 pages.
There might be some fights in there.
There's a lot more information in that.
Yes,
I'm,
absolutely.
It's not a
I'm just
fair
saying,
trade.
you're asking something of me. I'm asking something of you.
The movie does have probably my favorite Deku moment.
Okay, cool.
It's a great movie.
And probably your least favorite Bakugo moment.
What about the Naruto movies? Was that this year? Did I do that this year?
You did do one of the jail movie.
Yeah, didn't you do your marathon this year?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, did I do the whole marathon this year? Oh boy. Yo, those are all awful. There's one that's okay, but the rest of them are, the Naruto Shippuden movies are worthless, spanning from worthless to pedophilic to just playing why does this exist? Watch like 2 of them for the goof. And that's it.
Okay.
Watch the pedophilic one for the goof. Because it's got dark chakra. Watch dark chakra and watch dark medical ninjutsu. Those are the 2 that's worth it. The Kakashi one is fine. Blood prison? Don't even bother.
All right, since we're transitioning to it, just go through the rest of your movies.
My movies? Cool. I'll do that. So I was on an endeavor to watch some movies just to talk about the movies, but I also have the movies that I didn't have to watch and I already watched. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is a horror movie. It is a movie that is a horror movie. If you have seen a horror movie, then you have seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Whatever they tacked on after the colon, I don't even remember. It's a movie.
Hey, DA, that barely missed my bottom 10.
It is legitimately a film. There's
you
some
ask me-
stuff in it.
If you asked me to give you 2 kills in that film, I couldn't. I can give you 2
For
locations.
the last kill, the car. Okay, that's fine.
One of them involves a chainsaw, I assume.
I think somebody was decapitated with the
I
chainsaw.
think so. Doesn't matter. I'm just going down the list of things that I saw, and I'll talk
Yeah.
about whether they're good or bad. Next up was Batman. Batman was good.
Yeah, I had it on the good list.
Yep, Batman. That's a good movie, but that's in the camp of I never need to see this again.
Exactly.
I saw.
Except for a couple scenes. I go back to a
Yeah.
couple scenes every now and then.
I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. It lives up to the word masterpiece gets thrown around way too much, but my goodness.
The hot dog sequence alone was hilarious and then heartbreaking.
And I was just like, what? I looked it up. I'm like, this was made for like 14 million, and it looks incredible.
You gotta look at Doctor Strange too,
Where it doesn't look all that good.
and it's the same multiverse thing, and it's just not good.
But that movie is really, really good. I highly recommend that if you have not seen it.
Oh, I have.
Anybody who hasn't seen it. Morbius. We done talked about Morbius.
Morbid time.
It's there. It's over there. Next up was Sonic. I liked Sonic 2. I would watch that again. I enjoyed Sonic 2. I'm looking forward to what they do with it next because I like the trio. I actually sat down and watched both of the Fantastic Beasts movies. I regret.
You mean like all 3?
There's only 2.
Uh,
Or no, there's
yeah,
3.
yeah,
There's
all
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Okay, yeah.
I have not watched the crimes. I'm not the crimes guild. The Secrets of Dumbledore, or whatever that is. The latest one. That's the only one I haven't seen. So.
Hey, you're fine.
All right.
Hey, don't even bother.
Don't even bother.
Don't even. I regret it.
That
Yes, they are not good. The first one, it's
first one is pretty good.
it's got some good stuff in there as well.
If they would have kept on that train, it could have been something.
Get the pen away from that woman. Doctor Strange, which was not very good once you think about it. But it's got some really good stuff in there. I love the Strange versus Strange fight, especially the musical moment.
Oh yeah,
Great.
that was great.
I tried to watch Sneakerella, and I got 20 minutes in, and I physically couldn't anymore.
So like, is it a comedy?
Yes,
Dang, I was about to say it could be a bad movie day thing, but I'm not.
do not.
I'm not for comedy.
Beavis and Butthead do the universe. They did the Breaking Benjamin where they just went, let's play the hits. They ain't got to do nothing. They did the thing. It was very funny. I enjoyed it. It's just Beavis and Butthead. I feel like a dumb 10-year-old where they just laugh and they just go wood. It's funny you know it's coming, but it's funny every single time. And Beavis got a couple of moments where I'm just like, if he wasn't so stupid, it'd be kind of heartbreaking, these couple of moments. But he's a very stupid person. I highly recommend Beavis and Butthead do the universe. Black Phone. Has anybody seen Black Phone?
Nope.
Hey, DA, I just want you, because you're not gonna care about where I'm putting things.
It's a really good movie.
Black Phone is so good. When they was just like, oh no, I can't spoil it for people that haven't seen it. But the moment where you realize where they are, it's just like,
Yes.
Jesus in Christ.
Yes, there is a lot of stuff in that movie. It is essentially a boy gets kidnapped and he gets tortured by, not tortured, just sort of psychologically tortured. He's just in a basement for a couple of days, and there's this dude in a mask, and he's trying to get him to do some things, and it's very, very
And there's people calling him on the phone, on a broken phone,
yes,
trying to guide him into escaping.
it's very, very good. A couple of spotty acting moments, but they're kids.
Yeah, oh, what are you gonna do?
But
Ethan Hawke
Ethan
killed
Hawke
it.
was an amazing.
He killed that.
He was. I'm sitting there just like, what? Where is? And I listened to an interview afterwards. He was just like, yeah, I never wanted to play a villain because I didn't want to be perceived that way. Because Jack Nicholson, he played a villain, and then everybody just saw him as that character, and I didn't want to put that on me. And he was like, I'm getting older, so I feel like I could do that. I was like, you're running out of time,
You
dude.
should have been doing this.
More
This should have
of
been
that.
10 years ago stuff.
It's a really good movie. Thor was not a really good movie. It is either a 4.5, a 5.5, or a 6.
It's a 4.5.
It is one of those things. It is flying out of my mind. I watched DC Pets Adventure, Go
it's
Go
very
Time, Clap Clap. I didn't really pay attention to it, but I liked what I saw.
Well, yeah, people said it's a good movie.
Orphan First Kill.
I skipped that, but I will watch it one day. Don't say I'm good.
It is a 9 out of 10 movie until like the last 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
It does something that is so legitimately amazing.
Oh no.
And it sticks with that for like 30 minutes. And then they just go, yeah, whatever.
No.
But the thing that they do, I'm like, okay, now we're on this path. It's really, really good. I need to talk to Adam about that. Jeepers Creepers, The Reborn.
Hey, DA. What does that say right there, buddy?
The CGI. The green screen is the worst that I've ever seen in a professional movie. It looks like a Creed music video. It is awful. There's the scene when they're walking towards the cars at the end, and the size is all over the place.
Dude, even when they're just doing that sword trick, you can see the tracking is way they've gone away from what Jeepers Creepers was so hard. He's just a monster
He's just
movie
a guy.
now.
And this is the biggest thing about that. I'm just like, this is just a guy in a coat. He doesn't feel like any sort of a monster or anything. He doesn't have like a walk or anything. I'm like, if I was the director, I'd put a bunch of rocks in that guy's shoes just to have him walk different. Just have him have sort of like a weird hobble.
He starts off like that, and then he gets
Yes.
somebody, and he gets a little bit more mobile.
He's essentially just a guy in a coat.
with a face, with a creepy face.
That movie sucks. It is horrible.
It's not a good movie.
It's really not a good movie.
When they were outside, and he was like, "I gotta go pee" or whatever it was, and they're just in the forest. My eyes glossed over. I'm still watching this movie. This and gay best friend. He gets one scene. He's the gayest dude that's ever been on screen, and then he just dies.
Ooh.
I'm like, what is this character? He's a big old fat honey. And I'm like, okay, so we're just gonna get him. No, and he just gets swooped up. And I'm like, they had a budget of $3.27 because they ain't showing not a single kill.
But they didn't need to do that because in the first one, it was really creepy and methodical, just chasing two kids trying to eat them. This one, you're just in a haunted house, essentially, trying to escape.
And they're trying to do the atmosphere of, hey, let's put on this creepy old-timey music. But it loses the effectiveness when you do it 5 times. It stinks.
It's a really bad movie. It's a really bad movie.
I thought Smile was fine.
Hey, DA. What does that say right there, buddy?
Yep, that's about right. I thought that most of Halloween Ends was good. I did not believe the relationship, and that's the biggest thing.
Between who?
Between
Michael Myers and the...
no, the guy and the girl.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Because when they first meet up,
Is one black and one white?
No, that was in Jeepers Creepers. That's a whole nother issue with Jeepers Creepers. I'm just like, nah, get that out of here. What was that?
Dude,
Wait a second. In Jeepers Creepers, they have quite clearly Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, but then they just have kind of Pennywise.
What's the problem?
And kind of Beetlejuice.
I wonder if this was Warner Bros.
Maybe it was. But yeah, the first time that they meet, it seems like they had met like 3 or 4 times and had already spoken to each other. Like, cause she's all touching on them like, oh, you got something on your back and all this stuff.
Yeah.
The second time they meet, they're just on the motorcycle like, you gotta do the stick shift like this. I'm like, this is going way, way too fast.
Yeah.
I would have liked way more. I would have just liked him.
I love him.
Just doing the Michael Myers stuff. Cause he sucks at it. When he was killing the old girl in the by the pool.
That's what I'm
And he's
saying.
just sort of tripping around and stuff.
And then Mike gotta be there.
He sucks. More of this. But then they just have this cartoon fight.
Yeah. I love that the junkyard kills. I love that one.
Yo, no, that's good. Good stuff there where he's getting into his own.
Yeah.
But then it's just a cartoon at the end. And I'm like, this is horrible.
That final fight is horrible, dude.
I legitimately don't know how I feel about that movie.
And I said I would have loved more of that Michael Myers relationship with the kid stuff. But then shoehorning Lori in hurts it because I'm like, I don't care about any of that part.
Plus,
I want more of the kid.
Plus, I'm just like, okay, when he goes, you're just an old man in a mask. I'm like, why exactly did he do that? I don't understand the motivation here.
He's a big
stuff
man.
like that. Black Adam is the hardest 5 out of 10 that has ever been there.
The hardest 5 out of 10.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's all you get on your best day. There is very little wrong with it, and there's very little to praise about it. It is a film that exists.
DC.
Watch it or no.
Yep.
On the other side of the coin, Black Panther stinks. It is one of the most boring superhero movies I've seen ever.
It's really boring.
It is very boring. And it is very Chadwick Boseman heavy. And I don't like that.
it feels again. When do you cross the line from tribute to exploitation?
Probably my favorite movie of the year was the Weird Al movie.
I missed it.
Love it, still love it. And I was going to watch Glass Onion, but I was also playing One Piece, and I was just like, I feel like I should watch this and not watch it with
It
movie.
sucks because in order to tell you, you would already have to have seen the movie, and it makes no sense in anything I tell you unless you've seen the movie.
That's my movies.
Okay.
Uh,
I can go.
yep. Go ahead.
So, for best Sonic 2, I loved it.
Good movie.
I'm definitely up there in Sonic Markism, and good movie.
Knuckles killed
Love
it.
Knuckles. Love that they got the Tails voice actress. The human stuff was actually really, really good. The whole wedding getting ruined
And
scene.
That's the problem with stuff like Godzilla. The human stuff is not good in Godzilla, and
Yeah.
it is good in Sonic.
Mhm.
So those moments in between of seeing Sonic, Knuckles, all of them, you still get some good stuff.
All the fights, just the end bit, getting to see Supersonic, knowing what we're gonna get next movie. I'm very, very happy. The Batman as well. I enjoyed it a lot. I would rewatch it again. But yeah, the very, very good movie. Weird Al Yankovic, or Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. If you have not
It's
watched
a
it,
banger.
it is a crime if you have not watched this movie. It is proven to me that Daniel Radcliffe can do action movies, which is weird to say for a movie about Weird Al Yankovic, but if you watch the movie, you will understand.
It is an absolute farce, and it is amazing.
And
Everything it
he
needed to
himself
be.
is also in the movie, which is good.
And it is it's probably my favorite scene of the movie.
Oh,
But
the
it doesn't
phone call.
play. No. When in the office,
Okay.
and that scene doesn't exactly play if you don't know that Weird Al is that guy. But it is. I love that scene.
One Piece film Red.
Good movie.
Again, the only knock is I hated the spinny action. But music, holy fuck.
It's really
The English voice actress of oh god, her character, Uta, has been making English covers of all the music. Folks have been posting it in the
darn crime that she was not allowed to
Dude,
belt out.
it should have been. I feel like the movie would have done even better in the United States if people could connect to those songs and be able to sing them outside of the theater. Because imagine Let It Go just being in Spanish.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was Otto is planning a musical tour in America, and they want that. They want to be like, oh, you've seen her in film Red. You've had to sub or dub. So,
But then that should have just been for the sub people.
nope.
But
Yeah,
and
she's killing it.
yeah. Amelie, go listen to those covers. Amazing stuff. Missed but I wanted to see. Chippendale, Rescue Rangers. Just didn't get to it. Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a crime. I know. I need to
What?
fucking watch this movie.
What?
Just have not gotten to it.
Even I've seen
That is the movie.
I'm aware.
It's
I-
the movie.
It is
The-
the movie. Hey, spoilers! My #1 movie of the year.
It is kind of the movie.
Yeah, I know.
It is
I
the-
know. I know. Hocus Pocus 2. I love the first movie. I've heard bad things about Hocus Pocus 2, but I just want to watch it. I need to watch both Knives Out movies.
That's crazy. But I'm a big whodunit man. So
For better or worse, or for worse and worse, Avatar: Way of the Water. Need to still watch it. Puss in Boots. Need to
I hear
watch
very
this
good
movie.
things about. I hear very good things.
Yes, same. Still have not watched Morbius. Need to watch it.
What are
Oh,
you
dude.
doing?
Oh, dude, it's Morbin time.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
Playing a
Dude,
fuck ton of video
Morbius
games.
is needed. No, Morbius you need to watch.
When-
You can't
whenever
understand.
Whenever we
Oh,
do our
dude.
meetup, we gotta more.
Sure.
Oh,
I'm all for
oh
it.
my god.
It's not for a lack of not wanting to, just have not done it. Black Panther 2
Fucking
as well,
Morbin
for worse and
time.
worse. Need
Need
to see
is a
it.
strong word.
It must be seen.
And then worst. Also, like, I guess in meh territory, Black Adam. Like, again, there's stuff that I did really like about the movie. It's just that last 20 minutes.
I tried to warn people.
I think I saw it before you. And then worst, Thor: Love and Thunder. Again, things
Oh,
that just make me
boy.
laugh. I will never not laugh at screaming goats, and that is the end of my positive praise for this movie.
Boy, that's more praise than I would give it.
Doctor Strange and the
Swear
Multiverse of
annoying.
Madness just
Did nothing.
did
It did
really
nothing.
It was a giant meh, like the mehest of mehs. I did not see it, but thank you for validating my feelings. DA, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Oh,
Stay
bro.
away.
Oh, it's not good.
Boy.
So
Somebody
bad.
thinks that they smarter than they are.
Mm.
Oh man, it is so not good.
So much Morbius stuff in the chat right now. And then finally,
It is the film of the year.
Yeah,
It is
it
a
is two
generational
sides.
milestone.
it's two sides of the same coin. You got everything, everywhere, all at once, and Morbius.
and then finally for worst, Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I forgot about
That was
Mhm.
a horrible movie. No, I can't even say it's a horrible movie. There are various aspects of it that are horrible, and there's a lot that I like in it.
Yeah, like all the pan stuff. All the pan stuff is great.
But I said it. That ending is the worst thing
Yes.
in Dragon Ball that has happened in a very long time. Because you get hit with the
I'm going with ever.
I think I said ever, but I think I backed off a little bit. But you get hit with a lime Piccolo, then you get hit with orange Piccolo, then you get hit with Beast. It's like, what is this? And you just gotta sit there and just go, yeah, what is Krillin gonna do?
Fly pan.
I'm trying to think of anything that would be worse. It's just,
honestly-
like I'm trying to think of stuff in the manga.
Nope.
Like
It's hard.
it's
But
yeah.
Like I said, I think I was on the train of ever, but you're probably the one that talked me off that clip.
Maybe I did, because you got things like Ethereal Goku, that type of stuff.
Susano Goku.
Yeah.
Please do be accurate.
Yes, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, again, like Dragon Ball action is always going to be above average for the most part, and like it just boiling it down to action, yeah, it was all right. But yeah, again, Gohan Beast, fucking Florida Piccolo, freshly picked.
Big chin bastard, and you just gotta sit there and be like, people are not only accepting this, but are clapping for this, and you're gonna get more of this.
And just the fact that I'm not going to wish away these foes, but I will wish for a power boost.
It's disgusting. Your pride won't allow you to wish them away, but it will allow you to take steroids to defeat them. Oh, you're the big victory.
I don't want to wish them away, but give me a gun that kills specifically them.
Cool. What a good
I
man.
invested you in combat.
He basically made a Nen contract.
Essentially.
But guys, TFS likes it, so it has to be good.
Yeah, okay. I've had word with
They're
them.
Dragon Ball.
But yeah,
Dragon Ball.
that's it for movies for me.
Ralph, you got anything?
Movies wise. Yeah, I mean, we talked about a good few of them already. Love and Thunder exists, unfortunately. Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness did not match any kind of hype or expectation, or even the modicum of like decency that it should have held for the plot line it was going with and the characters it was utilizing. So that was the biggest damning point of this entire run for the MCU. I did not really see any anime movies, but I've been trying to place a film. The Batman also was very enjoyable. I really liked every part of that movie. It had some things where it was just like, there was most of the movie I was actually genuinely enjoying. Like, it was over before I realized it had been as long as.
Yeah, it didn't feel as long as I feel like Doctor Strange felt way longer than it was.
I feel like I was in Strange for 10 years.
And that's one thing where it's just like, I don't necessarily mind longer movie times. Because if it's an enjoyable ride, it's an enjoyable ride.
It's quality, not quantity.
Yeah,
like, if the quality is there, the time is going to fly by. Like, you're not going to have enough. Like, runtime is not always it, but we know. Morbius obviously was a ride in and of itself. I think it's been said enough. It exists. The fucking Fantastic Beasts. Where to find them? Wow.
You saw it too.
Oh my god.
Weren't you dragged to see it?
I was. I saw it. I mean, I've seen all of them, right? I saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Crimes of Grindelwald, and now Secrets of Dumbledore. Like, you have to see it, right? Once you're invested, like, I didn't hate the first one. I liked the first one.
First one's cool.
Second one disappointed me, but wasn't trash. It wasn't great, but it wasn't.
Oh, I disagree.
I don't think it was trash. I said it wasn't. I didn't say it was good.
No. I heard you. I disagree. I think it's trash.
All right.
It's on you.
But this movie, there was no part of it that was cohesive. There was no part of it that respected any kind of the world lore or even its own structure. We are taught. We are
for real?
Taught. Oh, dude, it's bad.
Because they were
Hold on. I'm gonna go with the biggest damning factor for me. The biggest, most blatant.
Please be the same one that I was just about to say. Please,
I don't know. We'll find out. The most blatant disregard for its own content was the bending of the knee of the goat, or whatever the fuck this thing was, to Dumbledore. So, if you guys are unfamiliar with how this movie plays out, there is a mystical creature that will bow in respect to only the one who is the purest of heart. He has to be the noblest and most pure of heart, and no ill will hold it.
That's how they pick the Wizard King.
That's how they pick the Wizard King.
But that makes no sense.
Hold on.
He was
Stop.
easily exploitable. First, easily exploitable. Second, he said, "Let's murder them humans."
So it bows to Dumbledore. We are set up in the beginning of the Harry Potter world that Dumbledore isn't a good dude. He is vehemently, like, just not a good dude. Like, we are taught not to trust him completely, and that he lies and he manipulates.
He's very into his own interests, and he will say what he needs to say.
And this thing, and it is proven
into the correct place
throughout these Fantastic Beasts films that that's exactly what he is. And the thing bows to him.
Now, where I was going was
I threw my hands up. I almost walked out the theater. I literally almost stormed out.
Where I was going was, in the last movie where they just go, yeah, we're kind of in love with each other, so we did an unbreakable vow so we can't ever face each other in combat. Mm-hmm. Guess who comes? The wands are swinging. Just a zip-zapping big beam battle. And then they have to just go, well, we weren't really fighting if you really think about the meaning of the words. Look, the thing is bowing.
This movie sucks.
Oh, it was terrible.
It's really bad.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
It's watchable.
He is not pure heart right now. Even in
Harry, you mother! Did you touch him? Did you put your shit in a goblet of fire? Harry! I told you! Harry! Ooh, you lucky there's people around. Ooh, wait till we get back in the Gryffindor Tower. Ooh, it'll be fine, Harry. We'll get you sorted. And he's just squeezing his arm.
And he sent a kid to die without any actual evidence that it would work out with not
Trying your best is not pure-hearted.
Yeah,
Hitler
like-
tried his best.
You got like the whole thing where he still wanted power and the ability to bring back the dead. Like even that,
Yeah.
as noble as it sounds, is still like a weakness. It is a fallacy.
It was selfish.
And then it was selfish. And then the whole thing, the talk with Snake. Don't tell me you've come to care for the boy. Just pure cold-hearted callousness of like, yeah, he needs to fucking die. Like.
You don't name
evil.
the pig that's the bacon.
It's not pure-hearted or evil. You could be an okay dude.
That's not
You
pure
could be
heart.
you could be a dick. Being a dick doesn't make you evil. It makes you a douchebag. The man literally went, I agree, we should wipe out muggles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you won't come back from that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was nice. You know how many nice guys there are, quote unquote?
He was working with Grindelwald. They even mentioned it in the books.
Yeah, 7th book. When Rita did her book about Dumbledore, they included the letter he wrote where he said, "Let's take them out."
Especially considering here he's like 40, so you can't even be like, well, he's a young person. No, he's an old man.
So yeah.
Y'all, it's real bad.
Okay.
Terrible. I think that
Is it?
I'm trying to give me one. I know I'm missing something. What else did I see this year? Sorry, I have been literally trying to figure out.
As I go through mine, maybe you'll discover. What do y'all want first? Best or worst?
Best.
Best?
Kind of got number one for both of them.
Yeah, DA already hit both of them for my number one. Number 10, Smile. I feel like it's a very good movie. But the problem of it is it straddles the line of being too fast for that slow plotting horror like
I got one.
Hereditary, and it's too quick. I mean, it's too slow for that like jump scare, The Nun, Annabelle type stuff. There are a lot of jump scares in it. There are a lot of slow, creepy moments in it. I feel like it's very heavy-handed and a bit sloppy in its messaging about mental health and suicide. But beyond that, I think it's a very good movie, and I very much like the big lady at the end.
I think I would have really liked it a lot more if I didn't see It Follows first.
Yes,
and
because
that
It
a lot
Follows
more.
is the same type of thing, and it's so much slower and so much creepier, and this is just a little too quickly paced. What were you saying, Ralph?
I found it.
What was it?
The last movie I watched of the year was the critically unacclaimed Strange World from Disney.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Is anybody
Nope.
familiar with that one?
I am familiar with it. I have not watched it.
Okay, you're familiar with it.
Oh yeah,
Interesting. Mike, DA, you not heard of it?
I've heard of it.
course.
we've only
Okay.
heard of it because we discussed it on a podcast that it was sent out to die.
Exactly. So I've watched it now. It is not bad.
Okay.
It is a fun watch. It is not a generic like coming of age story, but it's heavy on equality of
Yeah.
all kinds.
Yeah,
Literally.
I don't know about that. You kind of lost me.
He is just like, are there mixed couples?
Yes, there are.
Well, I'll see you guys later. You know, I can't be around this.
Strange
There's
world indeed. Who would want this?
The racist kicks back in. No, there is all types of content and like a whole bunch of things that are tackled in this movie, like, you know, gender and LGBTQ plus problems, and there's so
Great.
much.
A great many messages for children.
Oh, a lot, and there's just it's the whole movie's plot line is just be you, right?
Mhm.
That's it. Nothing else matters.
Triton.
Looks DA.
That's a long conversation. Was that the wall?
Oh, Triton.
Ask in a Discord.
Hey, don't you
Yeah,
worry
ask in the
about that.
Discord so you can get the very, very easy answer of DA's a racist. But
Big racist.
big racist. No cap on that one. But other than that, that now is the final.
Yep. So number 10 was Smile. Number 9, Bodies. A group of fans meet up in a big old lake house mansion type thing to do a big old party before they all go off on their own and be their own people. And somebody dies, and it becomes a mystery of who killed that person. Number 8. This is cheating a bit. I understand. It is X/Pearl. It's a movie about X is basically a look at the porn industry and individualism and sexuality. Where, and I'm gonna spoil a bit of X because in the marketing they tell you what happens. There's a porn company going to shoot on location at this old dude's home, and his wife is looking in like, I miss those days where I would be desirable and get the sex.
Uh-oh.
And the old man is not giving her the sex, so she comes on to the young people, and they're like, you old and crusty, so we not for this. And she goes, well, then I guess y'all all gotta die.
Oh.
So
With
it's
a-
just the
with a
old,
completely
yeah.
different.
So it's just
I
the
thought.
old lady murdering people because she
Nice.
can't get no dick.
That is not the way that I thought it was going, but okay.
Huh.
And Pearl is just a origin story for her. It's the prequel of it. So yeah, X/Pearl. That's the reason I lumped them together, because Pearl wasn't even supposed to come out. It was only supposed to be X, but they shot it so quickly, and they were still on location for a couple weeks, so they were like, let's just shoot another movie. And they just shot another movie. Number 7, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
The Nicolas Cage one?
The Nicolas Cage movie.
You
It is
know
a
what?
movie-
That's kind of up there for wanting to watch too.
It's a movie where Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage plus. So everybody knows he's Nicolas Cage, but everybody else isn't in our world. And everyone's just like, Nicolas Cage, he's amazing. He's the greatest. It's basically a vanity project while also looking at how horrible he is. So he gets brought into this island from this dude because he needs money. And the dude's just like, he just wants Nicolas Cage to read his script. And Nick's just like, I don't give a shit about none of this. I'm kind of quitting acting because my daughter hates me. And he's just like, no, you gotta do it. And then he gets, Nicolas Cage gets co-opted by the CIA because the dude that brought him is a massive drug lord. So he has to try to get the evidence to help take him down. It's such a good and funny movie. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Number 6, Bullet Train. Hilarious movie. I very much like the interconnecting plot threads.
Is that the Brad Pitt one?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it's got a couple of actors I love in it. It is, again, one of the funniest movies I saw last year.
Oh.
And it's a great action movie, too. Bullet Train, very good. Number 5, Black Phone. DA and I already talked about it. Number 4, Glass Onion. I am a big whodunit fan, and I literally cannot talk about this movie unless somebody has actually seen this movie, because this will ruin everything if I talk anything about it.
I
It
wanted to
good.
watch it, but I actually want to watch it.
I love it. It's very divisive, and it's strictly
Oh, yeah.
because of the things that happen in it.
I've seen a lot of devices.
Aren't you and V-Man like a bit split on it?
I don't know what he feels about the Glass Onion.
I thought he commented on it a little bit in the Discord. I thought there was like something like there was like a few negative opinions that he had of it. Maybe I don't
Okay,
know.
I'll have to check that out. Number 3, Barbarian. This is a movie that essentially came out of nowhere. A young lady is in Detroit for a job interview, and it's massively raining, like a heavy rainstorm. So she knocks on the door of her Airbnb, and it turns out there's already a dude in it. So somehow they had both booked the same house.
Yeah, that's my life story.
I wrote it.
they came up to me like, "You got some stories here?" I was just like, "Man, listen to this podcast."
So essentially, they both booked the same location at the same time. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but somehow it happened. So they both begrudgingly are just like, all right, I guess we'll stay here together. And she's very skittish about it because, you know, it's a strange dude and she don't know about him. So she locks her doors and all that, and she wakes up to the door open a little bit. She's like, "What the happened there?" And the dude is walking around the house. He is very suspicious. So she leaves the house, and she realizes the neighborhood is fucked. It is the only good house there. Everything else is dilapidated. Homeless dude tries to run up on her while she's trying to get into her car, just like, "Hey, hey, hey!" It's crazy, creepy stuff. She goes to the job interview. The lady's like, where are you staying? "Oh, I'm staying at this neighborhood." "Oh no, do not stay there. Get out now." So then it's just a big old horror movie happening around the house. I can't say anything else because it will give the movie away, but it's a fantastic movie. Number 2, The Menu. I urge everybody to watch The Menu. A bunch of artsy fartsy rich people and critics go to an island to eat this Master Chef's like 17-course meal, and that's what I kind of want to give away. It's essentially a horror movie though. And number 1 was Everything Everywhere All at Once, the movie of the year. Worst movies of the year: Black Adam, horrible movie. I hate it. I hate it.
Horrible.
No, I hate it with all my heart.
You're wrong.
Number 9, No Exit. No Exit is a film where a bunch of people get caught in a snowstorm, so they stay in a cabin together. And they find out that one of the people there has a girl kidnapped in their van, so they're trying to figure out who it was. The issue there is they figure it out within the first 25 to 30 minutes of the film, and then the rest of the movie is just playing out how to escape, how to get out with the girl. I would have liked more of a who was the person that kidnapped the girl mystery on top of murder instead of just essentially a heist film. Number 8, Terrifier 2. It is torture porn. It is gore porn.
Is that the clown?
Yes. Terrifier 1 was pretty good because it was just a, you shouldn't be down here, I'm gonna kill y'all. Terrifier 2 is all over the place. There's mythical things going on. I hated Terrifier 2. Number 7, Death on the Nile. I love Murder on the Orient Express so much, and I hate this movie for not being a half as good as that film.
That's not fair.
I'm gonna give a little bit away. And Gal Gadot is the person that gets killed, and it wasn't quick enough. Number 6, Thor: Love and Thunder. We've already talked about it. Terrible movie. Number 5, Jurassic World. Hey, remember? Number 4. Number 4.
I remember.
The Curse of La Llorona.
Oh.
It's from the Blumhouse people that did The Nun and Annabelle and all that stuff. And it's supposed to be a big old horrible movie.
Thank you.
Number 3, Beast. This is whose Knuckles? Idris Elba in the jungle against the lion.
That looked like shit.
Hey, looks are accurate. It is essentially Cujo, but so much worse. There's so much less tension in it. There's so much more action sets. I'm just gonna give away the ending.
No, I wanted to watch.
Are you
that.
gonna actually watch?
No!
Okay, because you never know.
God.
At the end, he goes into a giant lion's pit to fight the big old mean lion, and the other lions come help.
Him?
Yes!
Oh no.
He's fighting it off with a knife and getting mauled, and 2 lions come up and just like, hey, leave him alone, fella!
So
And then the movie ends!
My God.
so just the gray, but so much worse. So
Worse!
much worse.
Number 2, Morbius. It's Morbin time. Number 1, Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Mm.
Horrible movie.
It's a really bad movie.
It's a really bad movie, y'all.
Okay, who Leo Luster? Who Leo? Do we know who this is?
Yeah, we know who Leo is. What's he saying?
You need to go to the podcast of stuff under the T200 things channel and look at the new video he posted. I almost just choked to death of laughter.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we've seen this.
Oh, that sounds sick. Oh, Mike,
We've seen this.
this is not new.
Oh wait, no, this is new. Yep, this is new.
Leo does
Just
quality.
please watch this.
Yeah.
Mike,
Leo
Mike,
is
can you put this on the
essentially-
stream, please?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Leo is essentially our editor. Det is our artist. Leo is our editor.
Does
Oh
good stuff.
boy. Oh boy. Hold on. Let me.
Yes.
He does not
This-
agree that mixed race couples can have anything in common. Is how Ralph perceives my issues.
Because you outright said those were your.
No, I did not. I
What
did
you
not
said-
say.
No,
I did
no,
not
no.
say I do not agree that they can
No,
have
no.
anything in
No,
common.
you did not say
That is
What you
completely
said-
wrong.
What you said was, when I look at them, I think, what do they have in
What do
common?
they have in common?
What
Yes.
do they talk about?
Yes.
Yes, no, that's crazy racist.
But
yeah.
that's a complete different thing
Yes.
than I don't agree that they can have
Yes.
anything in common.
Yes. Yes.
That is completely wrong.
Yes, that is correct.
That's why would you answer when you're not me and not having my points?
It was a close point.
No!
It was close. It was paraphrased to make you look way worse than you actually said.
That's not it at all. Because
It's
if they just
essentially
go,
it.
we both love anime, I'm not like, no, you don't.
It
No, you
that's pretty much-
don't.
That
Let me
is
tell you.
completely wrong. That is a complete mischaracterization of my point.
No, that's pretty much the exact point you make, Mike.
But yes, those are my movies.
All right. Games.
Oh, that's gonna be a quick one. I could probably rattle mine off quickly.
All
Then.
right. Go ahead.
This is mixed with the worst and the most disappointing. Choo Choo
Oh,
Charles.
absolutely.
These are in no order unless I say it's an order. Choo Choo Charles. I do not like the gameplay loop. The lore is okay, I guess, but it's just another one of these
It's a fun
mascot horror
concept.
games. Yeah, whatever. The Devil in Me, only because of the bug issues that me and Adam had that we could not complete it, is gotten patched, so we'll see how it goes when we play it again. But for right now, it is on the list. Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope. Horrible game. Complete
Ooh.
letdown. I am so sad about it. I am so sad about it. Death Loop is not good. I think I'm just done with their type of games. I think I'm done with Bethesda.
Yeah, like I gave it a try. I think I streamed it for like 2 streams, and just like, Bethesda games don't hook me anymore.
Yeah, I don't like it. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. It's whatever.
Yeah, that is a bug-filled game.
Digimon Survive, only because I don't like the combat system of it. And that's a large portion of the game. Plus, there's only a handful of characters I really, really like on that. Dying Light 2, Stay Human. I realized I had never completed Dying Light, and I remembered why. I don't like the games.
So let's play the second one.
I tried it, and it's just more of the same, and I just don't like those games. Saints Row is just disappointing because they tried to do. It feels more like a mix of Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 2, and it doesn't really satisfy either audience. I'm a big fan of Saints Row the Third. I am a big fan of Saints Row 2, but this mix and match thing is either go a little bit more wacky or go a little bit more serious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only one I didn't mention, and this is gonna be my number one, Gotham Knights.
You played it?
Horrible game. It is. You don't go in expecting Arkham. You're not gonna get that. But even if you go in without the Arkham expectation, it's just not a fun game at all. Which is probably why DSP loves it. My top 10. Number 10, Citizen Sleeper is very much in the vein of that game I loved. It's escaping my mind. It's no combat or anything really. It's more just like dice rolls and checks to try to get through the day and dialogue options. I love it. Escape Academy. Escape Academy is a lot of fun if you want to rack your brain trying to figure out puzzles. It's essentially an academy where you are in a large escape room and you just have to solve puzzles over and over and over and over and over again to advance your level to get to the next lesson, blah blah blah. Sometimes it's a big old time limit, like 15-20 minutes. Other times you got like 6 minutes to figure things out because like 3 rooms are flooding and you will die. Number 8, Stray, just a fun, chill game. Number 7, Atelier Sophie 2. I've realized how little I hate Atelier and Ryza's combat system, so I'm happy they went back to something that's more akin to what I like. It gets a little bit long in the tooth because it feels like it should end about 10 hours before it actually ends, but I really love it. Yeah. I love it though. I love the gameplay system of the Atelier game, so it doesn't bother me as much as it might the next person. Chained Echoes is a throwback to those classic JRPGs like the Final Fantasies and the Mecha one. It's escaping my name right now. Doesn't matter. It does something a little bit different with the leveling system in that you don't really level up. You just kind of train your skills. It's a fun game though. A lot of customization with characters because you're looking at like 10 to 12 playable characters. Euro Kill, the culmination games from the makers of games like AI Somnium, from the makers of games like Danganronpa and those types of games. It's very much akin to that, but the playback loop isn't like exploration and visual novels. It's a shoot 'em up. One of those, you're a ship in space and you're fighting, and I don't like that as much as the just going around exploring a school or something. But there's mysteries to unravel and there's murder to be had, and it's fun. Number 4, Sifu. Everybody talked about Sifu. Everybody loves Sifu. Number 3, High on Life. I really love High on Life. I understand that people don't like it, but I love High on Life. Number 2, AI Somnium, Nirvana Initiative.
Yes.
You can't do anything, dude. Best boy,
Genny
was the man. And this is a late flyer, but it is my game of the year. Signalist, which it's very akin to the style of like a Metal Gear Solid from PlayStation 1. But it's got a survival horror aspect to it where you're trying to save someone, escape a rundown ship in a frozen tundra. As you fight like robots and all these undead. I love Signalist. And that's my best games and worst games.
Okay. Who's next?
I got a couple.
All right.
And by a couple, I mean
2.
it's basically 2. I got Borderlands.
Of course.
China Tina. Don't. I saw your hand go down a little bit. And this year I started off on my Yakuza journey. So I played Yakuza 0, which has one half of the best gameplay story that I have ever played. And the other half is really good, but it's just hurt by the fact that it's up against the best gameplay story that I've ever played. I've played 1, which is fine. Is clearly dated. They did not have their story up right. 2, the story got way better, but it's still a far cry from even the half that was really good in Yakuza 0. And I'm playing 3 right now, and 3 is better. I can see them getting better and better and better. There might be a drop-off. I think people say it's either 4, 5, or 6. There's a big drop-off. I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember why it was. But I still got 0, and 0 is amazing.
Okay.
Oh, that was it. Yep.
Yep. I'm on 3 right now. Currently on 3.
Ralph?
I
Or
feel
not?
like it's gonna be short. Oh yeah, he might be away. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay.
No,
yeah, there he is.
what the fuck is going on?
There we go.
With what? You keep muting.
Just-
That's what's going on.
I was talking. I didn't mean to hit that time. game wise, for me, it's not a lot. Honestly, I didn't have a lot of time to play anything. Meaning, so playing Back for Blood this year has been a existence of things we've done. This has also been the year where I've really picked up Red Dead Redemption 2 and solid game. Having fun with it. Still haven't played it, beaten it yet. It's one of those games where it's like I will play it I will binge it for a while, then put it down. Because there's a lot to it. There's a lot to do in that game, honestly. And the game that surprised me the most, Cyberpunk 2077. The game that released to being a massive failure and letdown for all, at some point at this year was updated to a point of damn near solid gameplay. I've enjoyed my ride, but like I've said, as of mid-game, I am stupidly overpowered, so the power scaling really wasn't still not all there. They've definitely tried to adjust with patches and gameplay balancing, but it's just the core of the game itself. Once you're at a certain place, once you know how to play the game with the build you've got, it's over. It's a fucking I like the story. It's definitely fun. I'm looking forward to the DLC that's coming out soon-ish. Like it's a full-on expansion. So I need to finish the game before that comes out. But aside from that, not much. I'm looking to make 2023 the year where I complete more games, and I'm going to be doing that through the realm of streaming them. That is my plan. So I'm gonna start off with my first run through, all the way through of Nier Automata.
Ooh,
I think that's gonna be the first game I'm gonna stream.
Good. All right. Just me?
Yep.
All right.
You're the last one left.
So we will start with worst. Don't have too many. Only a few of these I have played. Others I've heard by reputation or just for other things. One, and this one's just kind of sad. Now, one of the games that I've been meaning to get to, that I have on my list, is Golf Story. And the sequel to the game, indie game, came out a few weeks ago called Sports Story. And apparently it is a steaming pile of horseshit.
No.
Super rushed. There was a secret room that either way you interpret this room as either a joke or a cry for help. There's a room that people found by just glitching out the game, because the game's a glitchy fucking mess, where it's a bunch of overworked developers complaining that they aren't going to be meeting their deadlines in the game. So take that however you may.
Oh yeah, well I saw that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
So it's just unfortunate. And I've heard so many good things about Golf Story. And apparently the sequel is very, 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 very bad. Dead Space 3.
Oh no.
Boy. That
you had forgotten, huh?
Yeah, that had one good moment in the game. That was a side quest.
Yeah, it was DLC. It wasn't even,
It was DLC?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
I think it was.
You
So
had to
what was the
pay
problem?
additional for good content.
What was the issue with it?
The stream was good. It was just the game.
was great. The stream was good. The game itself is.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They went so hard into action. It wasn't scary at all.
They
Oh,
wanted,
it was
they
an
wanted to
adventure game.
become Resident Evil 6 as opposed to like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, like it's
It is action.
action. Like literally, the joke was at different points. BG and I would go like, "Oh, spooky!" Like, so scared. And then just it's all like the summation of all those feelings is the end credits, which is this just like drowning
rock
pool-esque.
tomb.
It's just like, what?
Get that adrenaline up, you cuss.
Film music kicked in. Jesus.
Yeah, it was very, very bad. The
It's
stream
a really
itself
bad game.
has one of my favorite stream moments, which is the ladder.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Gotham Knights, again, I just heard by reputation, but I'm glad to have some validation of someone who did play it. While I've heard this game is good, I've just, all the drama around Bayo 3 just ruined any and all interest I had for the game, which is really unfortunate.
I also heard the ending was very bad.
I did not hear that. I've heard gameplay-wise, it's the best of the 3.
What game?
Bayonetta 3.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And then in worst, and we have a nice big asterisk next to this one, but still got to say it. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I don't understand that
boy.
Boy, is that game a glitchy mess. It's fun when I run around in that game and the walls morph around me. It's really fun.
So the best way to describe how that game came out, at least from the perspective of a lot of the Pokemon obsessed individuals I know, is that it has the single best story in any Pokemon game and the worst game.
I wouldn't call it best. It's good, but I wouldn't call it best. But now, that leads me into my best games. Starting off the best games. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Whoops.
Boy, is that game fucking fun, though. It is really fun. Gameplay-wise, just the core gameplay mechanics in terms of battling, capturing, battles, the bases, the open world exploration, all of it is good. It is just built out of fucking popsicle sticks.
It really do be your own people.
Oh yeah, the main character is basically female stalker Goku.
Oh yeah.
It makes sense if you play the game. That's all I'll
I
say.
understand.
Female stalker Goku.
But yeah, I just waiting for all this crap to clear up in my throat, and we are finishing that fucking game. I wanted to stream it this week, but I've just been a snotty mess, and I didn't want to subject people to that on stream.
When don't you?
Worse. This is worse than normal. Way worse. Game that I didn't get to, but of course I've heard nothing but good things, and I know I'll get to it eventually. Elden Ring. Horizon Forbidden West, continuing the trend of unfortunately coming out next to a critically acclaimed open world game. Game itself was pretty good. There were some times via the gameplay and combat where it's just you get stun locked and you just die if there's more than one machine attacking you. Especially the Coliseum arena battles. There's at some points I'm I literally can't do anything. I am just stuck here and I have to die and I have to restart, and this is stupid. But overall, very good game. Stray, same thing as BG. I love all the cat stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
You can just scratch
scratching the rug.
Scratch furniture, take naps places, trip people, rub yourself on people's legs, purr, meow at any given point. Very fun.
And dedicated button.
And the ending bit was very sad, but I love the one part about the ending though is where when the last thing happens, I don't want to reveal it, but where you can see everywhere that you've been, I guess. Was really cool. Celeste! Finally got to playing Celeste, and all of the good things I've heard about it. Yes.
There are some times where the collective is just correct.
Yep. The platforming and stuff is challenging, but not overwhelmingly challenging unless you do the final free DLC dungeon, which was made to be almost impossible unless you know the advanced tech of the game. It literally in those levels teaches you how to wave bounce in order to beat the game. And I actually saw the playthrough of that level. I just looked at the where I didn't get to. I got as far as I wanted to get, and then I stopped, and then I looked at the rest of it. I'm oh yeah, I wasn't gonna fucking do that. No way.
I know my limits.
Also, for games that I'd never got to but played now, Resident Evil 7. Yeah, that is real. It's short, sweet, to the point, but really, really, really good. Creepy as shit. Definitely got me a few times.
Wicked shit.
Fucking bug mom, gross.
And it's hilarious that you play Dead Space 3 and it's just like, this is nothing. And then you play Resident Evil, it's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Pokemon Legends Arceus, I still need to finish the game, but I enjoyed what I played. And actually, it's oddly enough, comparing apples to apples between Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus, Arceus looks way better. It looks like a current gen game in comparison. Let's see here, going down the list. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Dude, if you played Xenoblade 1 and loved it, get through Xenoblade 2. 3 is really, really good. It takes all the best mechanics from both games, IMO. Combat is great, exploration is great, characters are great, story's great. It's really good. Probably my favorite RPG of the whole year. Multiverses. Haven't played much of it as of recently, but of what I played of it, it's really fun. Just the character interactions are really great. Oops. Nope. Go away. AI Somnium Nirvana Initiative.
Boy.
Just so good. Again, we'll get into like favorite stream moments and stuff, but there are so many from that. Great stream.
Yeah, I can do the stream moments. If anything, I'll do it next week. But I did my favorite and my least favorite of this year. That's what I didn't do a list.
But yeah, AI Somnium, Nirvana Initiative, Genny, Best Boy. I'm forgetting the couple. What's their names?
Oh, Kazune and
Chat, we're gonna need your help.
Dude.
Meme.
Yeah. Name somebody, the big dude.
Big dude.
We're just at there
No,
was
it wasn't Date.
It wasn't Date. But yeah, there's Lien and Kizuna. Yes. Lien, you start off and you're just like, I don't know about this guy, but then by the end, just like, this man is the best of simps. He is devoted. The Kizuna just like, you have to wait. Was it 5 years?
Yeah.
It's like in 5 years, if you still feel the same, then I will accept your feelings. And it happens, but then they do a swerve, and you're like, no, it's not happening. And then it still happens. And then there's Genny, the biggest of best boys.
Who you go through the game like, are you a villain? Are you evil? Who's here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ota sucks. He's a simp and he sucks. But then we got Lien here being a simp, and he's the greatest.
And then the end bit where you use the code at the end.
Tremendous.
Just so good.
Oh, are you a Freyer? I see. You are.
Very, very good. These next four are definitely my top 4 of the year. Probably AI Somnium would be number 5. In no particular order, Tunic. If you like Zelda in any capacity, 2D Zelda, top-down Zelda, play Tunic. It basically drops you in, tells you nothing. You get these like, you know how back in our day, the game boxes would have little instruction manuals that you would read through. You get pages of the game's instruction manual. It is in their language, but it then teaches you things about the game, all of which are available at the beginning of the game. You just don't know about it. So it's just you're slowly building your knowledge of how to do things in the game, collecting items, finding puzzles, and then the end like secret Easter egg puzzle goes so fucking deep to the point where I read this thread by the composer of all the audio in the game, and they hid stuff in the actual waveforms of the music, but as well as just like in the progression of things. There's actually an audio language in the music that tells you things if you can decipher it. It's nuts. Play Tunic. It is so
Yeah.
good.
That sounds like a Zelda fan dream.
It is Zelda Dream, but just like it just in general a puzzle solver, and just like if you kind of have that nostalgia of those kind of old time games where it's just like, you know, you would have to either get the guidebook or you'd have to, you know, of like the original Legend of Zelda, you had to hand draw that fucking map yourself. Like, just it harkens back to those days, and it delivers expertly in it. And I believe it's just those two guys that made the game too. Going back to the, hey, one guy made it, and it's really, really fucking good. Next up, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game is charming as hell. Very accessible. Very good gameplay. And like all Kirby games, it starts off like getting through the normal game is pretty easy, but then there's an extra part, like an extra like 10 hours or so of the game after you beat the quote unquote end of the game. And progressively gets harder. And then, yeah, this is the whole thing where as I was playing it on stream, everyone was just like, DSP rage quit this game. DSP rage quit this game. And I'm like, he's calling it the Dark Souls of Kirby games. I'm like, what? Okay. So we get to the end, what I think is like the final boss, and I beat it like fucking handedly. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, he literally rage quit. They're like, no, it's not this one. It was like the last like Coliseum battle. And the Coliseum battle is challenging. Not Dark Souls, but it's challenging.
Nah,
Like I even like buffed up. I got all these like extra items and stuff, like some extra health, and I lost my first time because I was learning patterns. And I'm like, oh okay. I'm like, okay, I know now. I don't need the power ups, and I beat it pretty handedly. And he was using I was using the second best copy ability. He was using the best copy ability that heals you as you hit the person, and he was still fucking losing. It was baffling to me. I watched that video on stream of just me watching it, and I'm just like, this is, wow. Okay. But yeah, Kirby, The Forgotten Land, very, very, very good game. A game that I was not expecting to be up here, but I would definitely put it in probably, like Tunic and this game probably would go tit for tat in my head. Sonic Frontiers.
Interesting.
It is really good. Now, and then this is coming from someone where it's just like, when you have a 3D Sonic, there are things that just like are going to happen. Like, you're going to lose control. You're not going to be able to control things. The camera's moving all over the place. Like, it has just been a thing with 3D Sonic games. And if you can get past that, and it's like one of those things, like you said with the LTR series, BG, where it's just like,
Yeah.
some people, if you expect it and know of it, you can get around it and you can expect it and be okay with it. The open world, the combat actually was way better than I was expecting. The open world movement, traversal, exploration was really good. The speed, it being slow at the end, or in the beginning, you speed the fuck up pretty damn quickly. Especially when you have full rings, you fly. The levels themselves are they're like kind of traditional 3D Sonic levels. Like there's nothing like super to praise or to hate about them. They're just solid.
They are what they are.
They are what they are. And then there's the boss fights. Just, I was, every stream, I'm just like, I need to get to this boss fight. I need to get to this boss fight because they just decide, A, all the boss fights are supersonic, which is cool. B, they just decided to get the lead singer of Sleeping Sirens and just go balls to the walls fucking metal for each boss fight. And it's one of those things where it's like, I like kind of known about like the big boss fights and stuff, and then I got to and I didn't listen to most of the soundtrack. Like I heard like the intro song that was like in the trailers. I got to the first boss fight, and I'm like, I'm not listening to anything more about the soundtrack unless I experience it in game, because I need that first time experience fighting these bosses with this music. And just each
Was
boss.
that the same type of thing with No More Heroes 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Or I guess, what do you mean? Sorry. I don't know what you mean.
Because you love the music of that, and there were times where you're like, I kind of don't want to hear the soundtrack.
Yes.
No More Heroes.
Especially for game music, I want to experience it in the game, because usually there's another like layer of emotional attachment I get to that song based upon the moment in the game. it heightens like my feelings for the song. And yeah, the boss fights, like I had to like pause at certain points because I'm just like listening to the song and I'm like, fuck, yes, this is awesome. And just like certain things you can do in the boss fights, I'm like, this is so fucking cool. I am so happy right now. I highly recommend playing Sonic Frontiers, and just like some of the different characterizations, the interactions with all the different characters and stuff, has oddly a really, really fun fishing mini game, which you would not expect for a Sonic game, but it does.
Don't tell DA that. He loves him a good fishing mini game.
And then finally, my game of the year, God of War Ragnarok.
I need to poop.
It does everything that the first game did, better. The characterizations are great, music great, combat fucking amazing. I personally think that Atreus' actor should have won best performance, but Christopher Judge did a very good job as well. Sonny is his name. But yeah, if you liked the first God of War, or the first remake,
Yeah. The first in the new saga.
the Norse mythology, you will really like this game. Just there were so many, like, again, they took a character that was just Rage Monster the character. And
Oh, Mike, you don't know the discourse of why isn't he Rage Monster the character? 'Cause now he seems like a pussy.
fuck them, don't care.
Yeah. Dude.
Just they took such a one note, I will kill all gods, and humanized the fuck out of him. And then Atreus as well gets so much more characterization, so much more in this game too. Just there's meaty character stuff in this. And yeah, go play God of War Ragnarok. Very, very, very good game. But why no beat, son? No.
Why isn't he just a big old angry man?
Ugh. No, thank you. That's the thing. You haven't played it. I'm not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about it.
Just kind of shut
Yeah,
down.
there you go.
Oh, I understand the feeling.
Okay. So now,
Out of here. Oh,
just
stream moments.
stream moments.
Yeah, that's
Obviously,
y'all.
it's been a year. Lots of streams, lots of different stuff. A whole lot of a list exists. Bunch of Smash. Oh, of course, Smash Bros. Continuously in my best games.
Yeah.
Lots of Smash was played. A lot of games played for the first time. Other group party stuff. Just anything that you can think of. Just favorite stuff that we did over this past year.
I'll tell you a couple of mine.
Mhm.
Us beating that level where we had to keep shooting the cannon at the cave and Back for Blood because we were so salty.
dude.
We were so close for our last game, and then we
Oh,
went
dude.
back and we went, "Oh no, we're beating this!" And the jubilation out of all of us for run to the jeep, we're done, and we finished it, and we were so happy. Our Uno game, there's a couple of moments that stick
Oh,
out to
dude.
me.
Uno was god tier.
When we're just like, oh God, and DA goes, there is no God, only DA. I don't know why. I love that line to death. DA singing at the end after he's winning the game. Just, I don't remember the song, but I wanted to ask you what you were singing over and over again. Cause I played that moment a good 5-10 times. I love it so much.
You have to listen to it, figure out what
Take
it
a
was.
walk in general.
Take a
Every
walk.
time I'm
Taking
going
a
for
walk.
a walk, taking a walk. It's the greatest. It has to be a staple anytime we play Uno because I love going for a walk, taking a walk, going on a journey. And love all of that stuff.
Oh, we're on an
The Uno
adventure here.
game. The Uno game was some of the best.
Another
stuff
one
we
from
played.
Uno was when we were doing the not Fallout, fuck, the special one,
Yeah.
Far Cry. And Ralph does the radio thing.
And it takes the coins from him.
It was like a last ditch effort, and it just fucked him so hard.
Yep. Yes, it
And
did.
DA constantly giving everybody coins through
Yeah.
it. Oh, dude. Uno was so... They call me 2 in a row DA. It's not a very good nickname, but it sticks.
Just like someone in chat was just like, Ralph can't win, and I was like, all right, cool.
It was the worst.
Fucked Ralph
I
over
had it.
so hard.
I had
First
it.
game.
It was mine.
Yeah, Uno was fucking great. There's been so many moments from A List Exists, like us realizing at the same time that dude was doing a kiss motion while talking about Kiss, and us being so mad about it. There's a lot of stuff from the trigger, like "Oh hell no," probably the greatest thing that's ever come out of that channel. It's "Oh hell no." I in love to existing.
The muffin part with DSP.
Dude, there's where it just falls off the plate. I've replayed
listened
that.
to that. It just the laugh, the gearing up laugh always gets me. Whenever somebody gears up to laugh, it's kind of like a surprise.
It just tumbles so dude, it's so fucking good. The only thing I can think of that I didn't really like was our debate with the Demon Slayer dude, and only because it was a fairly nothing debate. He wasn't adamant in his point, anything. It was just a super cordial, kind of down debate about Demon Slayer.
I picked for the worst stream, the Down the Rabbit Hole, because Phil
Oh,
was
yes.
just kind of doing nothing.
But there was some great moments in there
Sure,
from
absolutely.
us. But as a whole, I understand that.
Yeah,
shit was
especially with considering that the Phil ones are usually they're
Bankers.
money, and that one's okay, and that means that it's bad for a Phil one.
Oh yeah, the Quiplash stuff from the Jackbox game.
Dude, I think that was technically 2021, but just the A List Exists thing. That I go
that was
back. I go back and watch Twitch clips every now and again on the on this Twitch, and that one pops up all the damn time.
That one was pretty fantastic. My Black Adam rant was great. And love that.
Yeah, Celeste was
DC
calling the fuck out of Triton. There was a moment, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Triton has a habit of, like, we'll give like Smash advice and stuff like that. He has a habit of saying, okay, I guess. And I think it was like, I think I said something along the lines, I'm like, dude, this game's calling you out hardcore. And he goes, okay, I guess. And the next fucking line out of Celeste's mouth is, okay, I guess. I'm like, oh shit!
I forgot Mike's face when DA rolled that 10 when it was a tie in Mario Party.
9 emotions in the space of 0.5 seconds.
It was his face, the way he just full.
You can see an act of deflating. The shoulders go down.
It is that on top of Kelly, shut the fuck up, DA.
They all men are created equal. Just though.
That whole stream
Mario
was great.
Party clip. That
yeah.
where it's just like, because Dia had been rolling so low through the game, so we're just like, oh, we've got it, he's not gonna win, and he hits that 10, and Mike's face fall.
The shoulders go.
Also doesn't help that right
visibly
before
down.
DA's going, this isn't fair.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the ladder in Dead Space.
Yeah, oh my-
fantastic.
There are so many ladders in this fucking game that you just climb up. It's no big deal. On this ladder, it doesn't even need to be a ladder. These guys can fucking just jump up and get up if they want
The ladders would get us on top of this thing right here.
to. And you have to like use your special power to get the ladder open. The other partner gets up, and then there's a cutscene of you climbing up this ladder. You turn around, you reach your hand out, and you pull your partner up. I
Yes.
paused.
It would be like me, DA, reaching out for you while I'm on top of this thing.
Yeah. I paused and just we shared a pause menu. I just paused and just started laughing because I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, of all the fucking things in this game to give a cutscene, you chose
Need something like that.
you chose this ladder, and I just now that I've watched a couple other streamers play that game, and I very intently am like, okay, I need to find this ladder part. Where's the ladder part? Like I saw Ray Narvaez get to it. He's like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, just playing through Tunic 2, just all the secrets and stuff. My Halloween stream where I was dressed up as the dungeon master with the bald cap.
Oh yeah, that was actually a great costume.
Good stuff there. I that is actually going to be a thing. Like for Halloween, I'm actually gonna try and like make a Dungeons and Dragons. Like every year, I'm gonna up the ante and like what I do now for Halloween and trick or treaters because of that. Yeah, me watching the Phil stuff with Kirby, just what the fuck, and then like all of AI Somnium. You
AI Somnium was godlike.
not figuring out that water puzzle.
Oh, dude, that killed me.
I figured it out, and it was it like 10, 15 minutes where you were just sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this hurts. This hurts me.
I've got it, and you don't got it, and it's the worst.
Oh man. Watching Just Stop with Triggered. Where's the Celeste clip? It's probably one of the VODs. Like I don't have that moment per se, but but yeah, just all the different Back for Blood streams. There's one moment, I don't think I have it clipped, but where just like I shot like I think it's like I threw a grenade, it blew up a barrel, it triggered a horde, all of us died, and I'm just sitting there and I go, wow, this is entirely my fault.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was a great one.
Like, there's no way around it. There's no explanation. There's no way I can explain myself out of this.
We full on wiped.
Oh man.
Ralph,
Oh.
because your headphones are on backwards,
Yes!
idiot.
I just remember. Oh my
Shut the
god.
fuck up.
Oh,
That was
That
dude.
was so great.
That I believe. Hold on, I'm going to the Twitch real quick. That might be one of our most popular clips.
Because the headphones are on backwards, you idiot. Oh, well, I figured out the problem. The headphones are on backwards, you idiot. Lovely. Great.
Awesome.
Oh, I love that.
There,
clip
there,
so
there was
much.
never any other reaction I could have had.
Let's
Awesome.
see.
Great.
It is number 3.
It's such a great clip.
But yeah. Oh, we need to actually get through and play God of War. Definitely need to do that.
Play what,
Oh,
Mike?
did we play
Say what,
not
Mike?
Goose Goose Duck, but did we play that other duck game this year?
Yes. Oh.
Where I screamed about my channel points?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have
Oh,
roared back.
the fighting game.
This
Duck
bastard
Game.
just banned me.
You banned me, you bastard! Where's my point?
Where's my fun fucks, Mike?
Oh,
I mean, granted, this was technically last like 2 Decembers ago, but December, which we didn't do this year.
DA Sember was great. Nidhogg, where
Mhm.
I was like, I said something. I was like, "What do you think about this cacao?" And I just fell. It's fantastic. Nidhogg was the greatest, dude.
And then
yeah, we've had some great stuff.
yes, and more to come. But with that, it's been almost 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's almost been
Almost
4
4
hours.
hours.
Do we have facts or do we just want to call it a night?
Yeah,
we
we're
can
outta
call
here.
it.
I think we're
There's
good
no
here.
need to prolong this any further.
DA should
Alright.
have been asleep 2 hours ago.
True. All right, with that, everybody, thank you again for watching this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. 2022 was a year, and 2023 probably will also be a year.
Just
Yeah,
another
well.
one.
Another one. All right, we will see you all next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.